Welcome to the Samwell B12 Experience,
where we have you covered for all the NHL action, play-by-play, news, and more. Make sure to subscribe today.
Hello, Canada, hockey fans in the United States and different lands.
You're watching Samwell Experience.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Here we go yet again. It's been a few days, and the Leafs are back at it, and this is going to be a tough matchup. The Minnesota Wild are coming to town. Who's ready to get wild here tonight? I know I am. I hope you are here to bring the energy and have some fun, because this is going to be a great game. Every time Toronto and Minnesota gets together, it's a party. Al, what's going on? Welcome in. Bradley, what's going on? Good to see you. Duke, hello there. Beverly, good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. And welcome in Nick and Scott. Sam, what's up? Welcome in Onyx. Coach, thank you so much, Coach. Hope you're doing well. Almost 3 years old as a channel member. Appreciate it. Morgan, how's it going? Good to see you. Hello there, Hayden. Welcome to the show. Welcome in, everybody. If you are watching behind the scenes in Ninja Mode, we appreciate you tuning in. Hello, everybody over on Hockey HQ as well. Davey Boy, what's up? And that is the $1 million questions. Davey Boy, which Leafs team is going to show up today? The crummy one or the good one? It is going to be a party, but let's get into the lineups and take a look at who's going to be playing here tonight. And maybe YouTube's going to wake up and help us out. Come on, YouTube. Can you share us out a little bit here? If you wouldn't mind, give us a hand, hit that thumbs up button, and hit that share button. Drop our links on our social media circles. YouTube has not been our friend at all lately. So I'm asking you, the viewer, help us out. Tell people about us. Get that link out in the interweb. All right, let's go. Who is playing tonight? For the Wild, Matt Boldley is going to be with Eriksson Ek and Zuccarello, who I like Matt Zuccarello so much. He's so good. Number one, what's going on? Welcome in. We got O'Green with Frederick Gaudreau and Trinan. Marcus Foligno with Marco Rossi, who, by the way, Marco Rossi, such a talented player. He's going to be a fun one to watch. And, of course, Ryan Hartman, Canada Ball. What's up, Edit? Hope you are doing well. We got Devin Shore with Kudsinov and Lauko. Then on the D side, Jake Middleton with Brock Faber. Gotta watch Faber. We got Merrill and Spurgeon, Chisholm, and Zach Bogosian. Zach Bogosian certainly working his way around the league. And here he is on Minnesota Wild. Philip Gustafson going to get the start. No Travis Dermott tonight. I was hoping. But the other big names not in this lineup, Broden, Johansson, and Kaprizov. Kaprizov, Unfortunate he's out with a lower body injury. He is the heart and soul of this team. Now, they still do have a lot of depth. For the Toronto Maple Leafs, who's going to be coming in? Who's going to be playing? We got Bobby McMahon, Austin Matthews, and Mitchie Marner. Max Domi is going to be there with Holmberg and Big Willie Styles, William Nylander. We got Max Pacioretty, Mr. Wolf, what's going on? Pacioretty with Fraser Minton and Nick Robertson. Steven Lorentz with David Kempf and Ryan Reeves to round it out. And then we got Morgan Riley with Jake McCabe, Ekman Larson with Chris Tanev, Simon Benoit, and Philip Myers is going to be in. And you heard me correct, Pacioretty back in here. Patch is getting his return. And then last but not least, in goal, it's the Wall again. Joseph Wall, he is getting that start. He's going to be in there. Scratched Connor Timmins, Nikita Gripinkin, and Jacob Quinlan. Still not in here. Still on the injured list. Hakapa, Yarncroc, Stolarz, Tavares, Duar, and Nyes. A lot out on that injured reserve list. So not a good start. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to say, I don't know what is going on with YouTube right now. But if this doesn't get corrected, I think we're going to call it quits. I think we're going to be ending this. I think we're going to be saying goodbye because YouTube right now is not doing us any favors. And there's a ton of work that goes in to keep this channel going. And if YouTube's going to not give us the support, if we're not going to get that support, I think we're going to turn it down. So we're going to see how the numbers play out through the evening. We're going to see how they go throughout the First Nations Cup. But I have a feeling this could be our very last season here on YouTube. So help us continue to grow. I really don't want to have to do it, but right now, the way YouTube is treating us, it's not going to be viable to continue. So unfortunately, some bad news here to start the show, and it's just, it is what it is. Unfortunately, there's a ton of work and hours that go in, and if YouTube's not giving us the share out, if we just can't get the numbers here to continue to grow, it's unfortunate, but this could be our very last season doing this. So hope it's not the case. Hope you'll stick around and help us continue to go, but just the way it is. All right, let's take a look at how these two teams compare, how these teams match up. It is going to be Joseph Wall, 17-9-0 with a 2.67 goals against, a 9.07 save percentage. We got Philip Gustafson with a 19-10-3 with a 2.61 goals against and a 9.13 save percentage. On the power play, 16th, the Leafs are overall in the league. The Wild, 22. If we take a look on the penalty kill, 12th in the league are the Leafs. 30th overall are the Wild. So the Leafs have the better special teams. We will see if they can continue to get that going. The face-off circle, 5th in the league. The Leafs continue to slide back a little bit there. The Minnesota Wild, 27th overall in the league. In the goalie categories, goals for, the Leafs are 11th. Mini is 18th. Goals against, 12th and 11th. So over the last 10 games, the Wild, with all their injuries, they have struggled. They have struggled significantly. 4-6-0 over the last 10. Maple Leafs, not all that much better, going 5-5 in their last 10. And that is certainly a significant struggle there, with back-to-back losses to Ottawa and Columbus. Two teams you really don't want to lose to. B. Disney, how's it going? Phil, welcome in. Good to see you both. Hope you are doing well. Now, if we take a look at the top stars at each team, thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. That's how we help to grow. That's how we help to get it done, hitting that share button. So we do appreciate it. For the Leafs, over the last 5 games, Mitch Marner, 8 points in his last 5, 7 of those being assists. For the Wild, Boldy, 6 points in his last 5. 5 of those 6 are assists. Matthews, 5 goals in his last 5. Matthews doing Matthews things. Hopefully tonight he won't be busy complaining about how quiet the lower bowl is. Instead, he'll be focusing on his play on the ice. Eriksson Ek, 2 goals in his last 5 there for the Maple Leafs. It has been a struggle with all the injuries. Both these teams feeling all the injuries and looking to pull out that big W here tonight. One of the reasons why is when things break down in these divisions, Toronto hanging on to that top spot in the Atlantic. However, they're only up 1 point over Florida. Florida playing the Kings tonight. And in Florida, it is Star Wars night for them over there. The Minnesota Wild, they are sitting in third in the Central Division with 62 points, and they're trying to hang on to that spot without dropping into the wild card. So very big opportunity for both of these teams. Both of them looking to end a little bit of a sore spot in the season and get things back up and running, getting back into the zone where they can certainly turn around and get things going. Herman, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. So that's why this game is so important to both these teams, and both these teams play hard against each other. And that's what makes for good hockey. Now, what else makes for good hockey? Looking at the officials, who is calling this game? Because boy, oh boy, that can have a turn on the outcome for sure. Dan O'Rourke is going to be your official with Justin Kay. Shander Alfonso and James Tobias going to be the linesmen. Now, Dan O'Rourke, he's pretty decent. He's pretty decent. So hopefully we're going to get a well-called game here today. That is going to be what it's all about. The last time these two teams met was back November 3rd, and Minnesota took it 2-1. This is the last time these two teams play each other this season. So looking to pull out the big W. Rich, what's going on? Welcome in. Richard coming in, dropping some gifted memberships. Richard, thank you so much. I really, truly do appreciate that. It helps more than you know. So thank you for that. You're sounding back to normal. Yeah, Rich, we're like 90% there. We're like 90% there. Still have a little bit of the coughs, but we're fighting it. And yeah, we're like right there. So thank you, Rich. Appreciate you noticing. And of course, everybody, thank Richard for those gifted memberships. We appreciate it. And of course, you know what, Richard? Let me see. Can I do this here? Should I? Let me see. Can I pull this up at the same time? Of course, those gifted memberships over here on the Experience. Sorry, Hockey HQ. Let me see if I can. I might have to do it this way. Of course, it's never easy to do things the way you want to do it. Let me flip over here. Go here. Got to jump through all these hoops because why not? What is happening here? There's some weird shenanigans going on. That's all I can say. So let's pop this open here. What we're going to do, we're not going to let Richard go at it alone. Let's see. Can I do this? Will it work? Here we go. Bam. There you go, Richard. Just so you're not alone. Let's drop some gifted memberships in there as well and get some other lucky folks to take home some gifted membership. So congratulations, everyone who's grabbed and picked up a gifted membership. We appreciate you all so much. And make sure you hit that thumbs up button for us. We need the help. Hit that like button. And thank you so much. Same yesterday, I was sledding, got my finger stuck under. Oh no, number one, I'm so sorry to hear. Hope you are doing okay. Number one, we streamed on Twitch. We do nothing on Twitch. Nothing doing on Twitch. It's I haven't really figured it out, and quite frankly, don't have the time to dive too deep into it. Alan, what's going on? Welcome in. So congrats to all the new channel members. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And again, thank you for being here. This should be a fun game today. I'm excited. The Wild and the Leafs going at it. And if you missed the announcement off the top, something's going on with YouTube and our channel. Don't know what it is, but we're getting 0% share out. We're not getting new people finding us, and we need your help to do it. So hit that share button, help spread the word, and get the link out. We put a lot of time and a lot of energy into this channel, as have all of you. And we want to keep this going, but if YouTube is just going to roadblock us, this could be our very last season doing this. So I think it's about time that we wind it down if YouTube is not going to help us. And if new people can't find us, there are too many people out there just broadcasting the, illegally streaming, illegally broadcasting and we can't compete with people doing illegal things. And if that's not going to be taken care of, we just can't find new people. So we're going to do our best. We're going to keep pushing through. But like I said, if YouTube is going to block us that way, we just can't keep investing the time if we don't see any growth. So sad announcement. I hate to say it, but we need help to save the channel. Jeff, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. Antonio, what's up? Welcome in. Shields, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Again, it's an unfortunate situation. I don't know what's going on. Is it an algorithm thing? Who knows? But we're going to do our best. We're still here plugging away. We do it the right way. And we need your support. Aldi, what's going on? Welcome in. I love your little emoji there. You're a minion guy. That is awesome. Very, very cool. But that is everything going on here on the experience. Again, I hate to say it, but I want to be open. I want to be honest with everybody. So that's kind of the situation. We got half a season left to go to figure it out and get it to work. We're going to invest in some different forms of advertising. We're going to invest heavily to try and get things back on the right track. But we'll keep you posted as we go. You know that we always do. We're fully transparent the whole way through. All right, we're waiting for this game to get going. We're waiting for them to get to the ice so we could drop this and get it rocking and rolling. I want to see the Wild, even though a lot of the Wild players, my favorites, not in tonight's game. Kaprizov, Broden, not there to do it, but I am going to be watching Faber. I'm going to be watching Marco Rossi. I'm going to be watching Eriksson Ek, Matt Boldy. There's a lot of good players still out here, and the Leafs getting one body back. We still need more, but getting Pacioretty back, and that is potentially a difference maker. Pacioretty is going to be our red light player of the game. Patch is going to be the guy. So we know he's back. He's playing third line minutes. We don't expect the world from him, but we are going to see it. Yes, let's see that. It's like on TV. Yeah, number one, first of all, it's illegal. It's against copyright, and yeah, it's completely illegal. And we follow all of YouTube's guidelines, community guidelines, and rules and regulations. And so we don't do that. So please do not post stuff like that here in our chat. We do not promote illegal things. So you will. You can only drive through so many red lights before something bad happens to you. So we follow the rules, we follow the regulations, we do things the right way here on this channel. We do not claim stuff like that. So please do not put it in the chat. We would appreciate it. All right, now let's get this going. Thank you again. Keep hitting those like buttons. They're going to be coming back. We're going to be getting this game going momentarily. Alexander, hope you're doing well. Beverly, yes, we hope Beverly is feeling much, much better. I hope everybody has. I know there's a lot of illnesses going around out there right now, so we hope everybody kind of gets better, gets things back in order. Joseph Wall looking to have another big night tonight, and he's going to need to turn things around. The good news, and how have I not even mentioned this up to this point? We talked about Pacioretty returning. There's another big return sitting on this Maple Leafs bench. While he is not playing in today's game, I think it's worth mentioning. I think it's worth calling out. Anthony Stolarz is backing up Joseph Wall tonight. Anthony Stolarz is back. He is on the bench. This is huge news. Huge. For those of you that don't remember, Anthony Stolarz, 9-5-2, was putting on a clinic the first part of this season, and 215 goals against, a 927 save percentage. He was absolutely lights out ridiculous. So Anthony Stolarz is back. He is on the bench, and that is a darn good thing. So Stolar, welcome back. Happy to have you. Hopefully he'll be making a return to the starting role very, very, very soon. But this is very good news for the Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs, they need some good news. The Maple Leafs, who have struggled, need a little injection of that good mojo, right? they've got a lot of struggling players on their team right now. Morgan Riley comes to mind. He's been struggling. Max Domi comes to mind. He's been struggling. Nick Robertson, he's been struggling. A lot of players need to get it going, but it looks like they're on the ice. We're getting things set. So let's get our screens flipped over. Let's get the hype train going. And it's almost time to play some hockey. Let's get it going because we want to see. We want to party. But first, we got to bring you the anthems. Please rise.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave on the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Nice job. Nice job. She's fantastic.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
All right, excellent job. Natalie Morris, as always, does a bang-up job. It's time now to get in it and play some hockey. Time to get it going. Sam was shaking a welcome in. Believe our non-American sings the Star Spangled Banner better than us. Sam, she does a great job. Natalie Morris is phenomenal. You know, the Leafs have this knack for picking out fantastic people to do the anthems, bring it to us. All right, on the screen, you're going to see quite a few things. On the far side, there'll be players showing you who's on the ice and what their stat line is. The blue ice that just came up over here will show you where all the shots come from and the goals. And then just below it is going to show you the puck movement on the ice. Now, that is a little ahead of the actual broadcast due to technical delays, but you'll get the idea of what's going on. Time to drop it as Austin Matthews is out to lead this team. Let's see if he and the blue and white can bring the mojo tonight against the green, white, and red. Eriksson Ek, Austin Matthews, and Ek is going to win that draw, bringing this one back around. Minnesota can't play it up. Toronto steals it, played it up to Bobby McMahon. Puck bouncing around here early, couldn't control. This is going to be dumped down into the Leaf zone. Big hit. Minnesota flipping it back to the line, splits the D, and this coming all the way down. Got to back it up. Here's the Wild. Wild going to play this one around. Here comes Minnesota. Minnesota going to crank that. They're going to bring this one up over the line. Little toe drag, bringing it in. Flip back to the line. Here's a little drop puck. And Toronto Gonna regain possession, and they're gonna circle it around. Comes over to Marner, who plays this up ahead. Riley carrying this up. Riley should just be made a forward because he's always leading the rushes. This dump down in the corner, bringing it around. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. This being worked up, Minnesota in over the line in the slot with a shot. Big fan on it there as Ryan Hartman wanted to take a blast and he just forgot the puck. This coming all the way down. Pontus Holmberg with a dangerous collision there. By the way, if you remember that knee-on-knee with Quinlan and Sam Bennett, Nick Cousins on the Ottawa Senators, Cousins is out, I think it was 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 weeks with a knee injury. So he definitely took the worst of that. Here's Domi playing this one across, trying to keep this one in, swinging it around behind the net. He's trying to work on it. Angela, hello there. Welcome in. Here comes Minnesota breaking free. Going to have it taken away. Myers doing a nice job there. Toronto playing up to the red line, having that one taken away. Theo, Sam Eagle, what's up? I hope so. I hope so. Need to get it. Aldi, no Kaprizov today. He is out on the injured list, which is unfortunate. This coming in the line. Here's Robertson with a shot. That one is going to be stopped. Knocked down, played aside. Pacioretty over to Nick Robertson. Robertson cycling around. Nick Robertson going to play it back to Patch. Pacioretty. He's going to cut around. Patch digging down in the corner. Still working. Pacioretty can't get it. Tried to get it over to Minton. This being cycled around back to the line. Held in. No. Minnesota going to steal. They're going to bring this one out. Fraser Minton and keep 6. Got to see more of the Mint. Got to see more of the Mint. This line, third line, going to switch up. Here comes Toronto. Long pass from Tanev up the middle. This is going to be tipped in by Reeves. David Kemp coming in, laying a hit on the captain Spurgeon. Minnesota off the boards, getting it out into the Toronto zone. Far side of the ice, cycling around. Here's Shore. Shore to the line. Here's a blast right on. And Wall going to make that save of Chisholm. Sends this one flying towards the net. Nice little stop there by Joseph Wall. Marc-Andre Fleury going to keep 6. You know, I got to give Marc-Andre Fleury a ton of credit. Considering how long he's been in this league, he can still play and he still does amazing, amazing things. Big fan of Marc-Andre Fleury. Not a guy I would put in as a starter, but he's awesome. Tristan, what's going on? He did. He got promoted to that first line. He's playing top line right now while Matty Nyes is out. Cycling around. Toronto going to play this one up to Lorentz. Lorentz trying to get it over to Kemp. Kemp plays it down low. That's going to be tapped up. Reeves waiting on the high half boards. Going to try and fish in now. He comes in trying to dig this one out. Leafs on the half boards digging. Lorentz is in there. Kemp is in there. Everybody's in there trying to dig it free, and it's going to come back out. Chisholm, he's going to play this one up. Over to Lorentz. Lorentz going to get pressed in the board. Took a sharp angle shot. Couldn't put that one through. Grissies, what's going on? Welcome in. Minnesota setting it up. Taking a look. Here's a long pass across Minnesota. Spurgeon sending it back. Here he comes. Up the middle. Long pass. Wild going to tip this one in the corner. Tanev going in here after it. He's going to get bumped in the boards. Cycling it around. Bobby McMahon. Bobby Mack taking a look. Tries to hit Matthews. That misses. Comes all the way down to the Minnesota zone. With it, here's Middleton. Middleton. They're going to work this one up. Relayed across. Toronto's going to steal. Here comes Matthews. Matthews working in. Matthews trying to feed it across. That can't get through. Ulysses, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You are good people. Ulysses, you are good people. This digging in the corner, trying to come out in front. It's there. Marner, he's digging at it. Marner can't get it. Oh, I love some Oreo. Little double stuff. It's the way to go. Nyes is injured. Yes, he got injured a couple games back. Here's Toronto through the neutral zone. Heads up, working in. Here's a quick shot. That one gets blocked and knocked down. Onyx, did you try it? It makes me a little nervous. I don't know if I would try it from Swiss Chalet. Krista, how's it going? Welcome in. Here comes Benoit. Benny is back to pick it up. If you're just coming in, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for us. Appreciate it. Down around behind the net, Toronto. Slowing it down. Myers with it. He's taking a look. 5 minutes gone here in this first period. Myers rolling out, and he's going to move it across. Here comes Nicky Robertson. Robertson cycling around. Robertson going to play this one across. Now they play it up back through the middle. Here's Minton. Minton up and over the heads of everyone, down in the corner. He's charging in to take his man into the corner. Minnesota able to regroup. Toronto just not able to get any offensive forechecking going right now. Minnesota going to rush this one in. Who's Gaudreau? He can't catch up to it. Riley playing it around behind the net. Here comes Morgan Riley. Long pass up. Going to chip this one in. Hey, Brandon, how's it going? It's offside Toronto right at the Minnesota line. So a good little rush, good little break there for Toronto. Finally get it going. But of course, they come in offline. Connoisseur, I need to be the judge. Oh, Dan, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, Beverly, I don't know. I mean, I've tried Chicken Farm for a lot of places. Swiss Chalet is not really one of the places that I would. I'm sure it's fine, but I don't know. It just sounds weird. What's your thoughts on the Canes getting Taylor Hall, Miko? Yeah, Jerry, we talked about that in the last game. I think it's a good trade for this year for Carolina. I don't think they're going to pay, Miko the big dollars to keep him around. They're obviously going all in. I think it's a better deal for Colorado. Here's a shot right on the side of the net. Matthews can't get a stick on there. Trying to work this one back around. I had a chicken burger with ice cream on it. That is weird, Tristan. I can't imagine ice cream on a chicken burger. Coming around down in the corner. 24. Yeah, with that break for the international tournament, spreads things across. Hey, Sam, did you hear about the ruling around players who don't participate? No, Brandon, I did not. Hey, Len, what's going on? Toronto, Riley playing it back. Nylander with it. He's going to regroup, cycle around. Here comes Willie. Willie with a little bit of a move. Putting this in the corner. Holmberg running this one down in the corner. Holmberg driving in after it. Nylander is digging. He's trying to pick this one out. It was interesting. I bet. Domi putting it back down in the corner. It's taken away by Minnesota. Bogosian, he's going to work this one up. That Carolina had an interest in Marner before Rantanen trade. This opens up this. Yeah, it certainly does keep 6. It would be real interesting. Going to spread bad news, but may I ask this channel doomed? Oh, here's a quick goal by Minnesota. Minnesota going to put this one in. It's bad time to read a comment as Minnesota scores the first goal. Ulysses, we're evaluating things right now. YouTube is really hurting us. We're getting a what's the best way of saying it? Our growth has slowed down. We're not really getting shared out. We're not really getting a lot of new viewers finding us, and it's we got to figure out how to fix that. So we're here for this season, and then after this season, we have to evaluate in fixing. So we're here for now. We need everybody's help. We need everybody's help to spread the word, help get some new viewers to find their way in. Because we can't compete with people who are doing things illegally. Here comes Minnesota right back, a quick shot. That one doesn't go through. Holy moly. They're chosen to play the cup. Player decides to opt out. They are required to sit one. Interesting. I'm okay with that. Yeah, Ulysses, happy to talk to you more about it offline if you'd like. Dan, what's going on? Have you ever skated on the Rudu? I have not done the canal skate stuff. I have not. Something I would like to do one day. I think that would be a ton of fun. So, Murat, I cannot even pronounce this gentleman's name. Kuzdundov is going to get the goal. Minnesota strikes first. Robertson coming in. Here's a shot as Robertson trying to pull this one through. Nicky Robertson. And here they come again. Another shot trying to pull it in. They just can't do it. Trying to work through. Oh, my goodness. Trying to work through, trying to pull this one through, but Minnesota just stoning them. All right, I'm going to manually type this in. It's his second goal from Lauco. Oh, what is happening? All kinds of issues. Sammy's having trouble. From Lauco and Shore. There we go. All right, here's Matthews back with it. Matthews going to turn around. Come on, Matthews. Matthews working through. Here's a shot by McMahon. That one goes way wide and deflects up and out of play. Oof. This is both teams struggling. But Nicky Robertson flipping this one towards the net, making a nifty little move there. And that one is going to go just wide. Holy moly. No, Tristan, technology is not getting to me. But, the frustrating thing, Tristan, is, and a lot of you may not know this, we put hours upon hours upon hours of effort into making things happen. And be honest with you, I'm almost 50 years old. And we spend a lot of time working through, trying to get things happen. And when things change, when things stop working for whatever reason, you got to reevaluate. You got to be able to adapt. You got to be able to work. But when people cheat the system, makes it not fun. And right now I'm having fun. There's some kinks we got to figure out. We got to get past. But when things stop being fun, when things aren't fun anymore, that's when it's not worth it. So life doesn't get easier because of technology. That's true. Keepsake, it certainly doesn't. But we're going to keep pressing forward. We're going to have fun. And I want to, hope all of you continue to enjoy the quality broadcasts that we do and that we bring. Sugar Cane, what's up? Welcome in. Can't beat that, Sam. Turned 58 in September. Right, Richard? Things don't get easier. Things don't get easier. We got to work a little harder, and we got to make things happen. All right, they are coming back from commercial break. February 12th through 20th, the First Nations tournament. I keep calling it the First Nations, Four Nations face-off. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see that. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Oh, got to get the nachos. Love those nachos. Raymond, how's it going? Welcome in. But Marner, Matthews having a little conversation here on the ice, trying to get things back up and going. Leafs got to jump in and get this goal back and get this back real quick. He really does, Tristan. He really does. Off the drop, Ekman Larson bringing this around. Here's a shot, side of the net, another shot, putting it in. They're digging down low. Matthews going around behind the net. He can't come up with it. Marner going to push this back to the line. Here's a shot, deflection. That one goes wide. This is going to be played all the way down. Oh, they're trying, Alexander. They're trying. They're just having a tough time getting through. Minnesota playing well defensively here. Bobby McMahon playing this one across to Matthews. He can't get it. This one coming back through. Here comes Minnesota. 2-on-1, shaping up. Here's a shot. Nice save by Joseph Wall. They are a slow first period team. That is for sure. They definitely kind of explode and play better in the second and third. Digging it in the corner. Minnesota in the Toronto zone, working it through. What do you call a cheese that doesn't belong to you? Nacho cheese. Riley needs to talk to that. Riley's got to figure something out real quick. Marner behind the net. He's going to flip this one, going around behind Tanev. Matthews, cross-ice pass to Ekman Larson. Ekman Larson going to play this one back. Leafs making some changes, flipping things up. It is kind of stupid because all I want to have... Yeah, Sugar, we're going to get that. We're going to get that for sure. But it'll be nice to see that actually come to be next year. But this year is a little taste. Here's Riley with a shot. That one kind of hits the Leaf player in front and falls down. Yeah, Antonio, they are having a rough night for sure. This one is going to be chipped all the way down the ice. Joseph Wall is going to play this around. Gordon, who would be a good return? Who would you want back from Vancouver in exchange for Riley? Daniel Barry, what's going on? Good to see you. Holmberg going to chip this one out. Leafs going to play it through the neutral zone. Here comes Domi. Domi rushing up. Riley jumping in the play. Puck comes to Robertson, and a sprawling Minnesota forward just knocks the puck away. Sorry, it was Nylander. Nylander going to pass this one over. Cross ice to Riley. Riley taking a look. He's going to play this one down low in the corner. Holmberg going to cycle around. Cycle to Domi. Domi off the boards back to the point. Toronto setting it up. Here's a pass to Nylander. He's going to pass it over. Here's a shot. And that's going to be off and out of play. So the Maple Leafs passing it around the Minnesota zone, but really not able to get anything going. Struggling here in the first period as they just can't get it going. Shots are equal, 5 apiece, but they just cannot pull the trigger. Cotton candy and bubble gum during summer. Oh, bubble gum. I love some gum. I haven't chewed gum in a long time. I used to love what was the like the baseball Big League Chew. Big League Chew was the best, or that gum that came in the toothpaste tubes. That was good stuff too. Morgan Riley, Toronto receives Hughes. So Tristan, I would make that trade in a heartbeat. No chance that Vancouver makes that trade. I don't think they would even entertain that trade. From a Leaf standpoint, I make that trade all day long. We're talking, best ice cream. Oh, I just saw bubblegum. Like, bubblegum, I'll take that. See, Onyx, I'm always behind. With or without ice cream. There you go. Oh, my goodness. I feel like it's an ice cream kind of night. But welcoming everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for hitting those likes so far. If you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, smash that thumb up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe for us. If you're brand new to the channel, if this is your first time kind of listening along with us, come in the chat, say hello, and let us know. We'd love to know who's new and who's the first time here with us. It's players that are pulled out of Four Nations. The examples: Alex Pietrangelo pulled out due to injury, but still has been practicing with the Golden Knights. Gotcha, Brendan. That makes sense, right? If you're too injured to play, how can you still be, full practicing and whatnot? So it's kind of like we saw this with the All-Star game, right? Where certain players said, hey, I don't want to play. And they pull themselves out, and the league kind of said, okay, well, if you're going to pull yourselves out, then you're going to have to miss a regular season game. You got to put some kind of stipulation in to ensure that these guys play in these special events, right? You don't want them pulling themselves out for nothing. Party City is a good choice of sweets. Gotta love the sweets. Party City, didn't they close? Or maybe it was just in the U.S. I thought they closed down. Off the draw, Toronto going to bring this around. I want Tanev in the tournament. Yeah, he's okay. I don't know if he's at that level, though. Here's a big blast. That one's going to go just wide. Myers at 93 miles an hour. He can absolutely blast the puck. You give the players a rest. Yeah, Ulysses, I'm happy. Let them rest up. Because remember, when they do this tournament, here they come again. Another blast down in front. Fraser Minton can't haul it in. And this is going to be cleared out and down the ice. A race for it. Benoit, good hustle. He's going to get there ahead of Devon Shore. Going to play this around. Myers coming in to help out. Robertson there as well. This is going to be tipped out of the zone. Quick stick by Pacioretty. But, a lot of these players, because they've put this tournament in the middle of the season and they got to close it down, it means we have all these back-to-back nights, which is crazy. Onyx coming in with the super chat. Thank you, Onyx. Don't stop believing. Thank you, Onyx. Appreciate it so much. Here's Nylander from his butt. He's going to swing that one towards the net. Holmberg going to send this one around. He can't keep up with it. Ekman Larson playing this one out. Robertson going to curve. I keep mixing up Robertson and Nylander. Here's Nylander with a shot, and it's blocked. The 88 and 89 look so similar. It's crazy. This coming all the way down. Tanev with it. Tanev going to play this across. Taking a look. This one getting pulled back into the Leaf zone. Holmberg going to back it up. 6.5 minutes to go here in period number 1. Ekman Larson being watched now. He's going to slowly play this one out. A quick pass up to Matthews. Matthews flipping it in the corner. Bobby Mack is charging in after it. Sing the high. I don't know if my voice isn't back to the high-pitched notes yet. Putting this one across, nor was it ever. Here's Bobby McMahon with a shot, but that was partially blocked. Minnesota flipping this one out, trying to get it to Middleton. He can't bring it up. Turning it around. Here's a long pass up to Matthews. That one is intercepted. Minnesota breaking in again. Here's another shot. Wall got a piece of it. It's going to sail around behind the net. Coming through. Awkward bounce off the boards out in front. Cycling around. Zuccarello taking a look. Still with it. Going around. 2 Leafs on him, and he gets past them. Gets the puck back to the line. Bogosian playing it in. This one's taken away by Matthews. Matthews looking around. I'll score 50 in 3 minutes. Here comes McCabe. McCabe going to play this one up. It goes on and on and on and on. Here comes Minnesota. They're 3-on-2 breaking in. Benoit going to close it quick stick. Going to knock this one away. Benoit's having a good game. Here's David Kemp. Going to throw in the middle. Lorentz tipping it down. Trying to catch up. It's going to go behind the net now into the corner. Kemp up to Ryan Reeves. Reeves shoveling it back into the corner. Oh, come on. Ref's going to call a trip. Ref's calling a trip. Toronto's going to go to the box. Minnesota touching up. George, what's going on? So Toronto going to be going to the box here momentarily. Bogosian going to drop this off, and here they come. The Minnesota Wild turning around. That ref is tripping. He'd be tripping. He was tripping. And the Leafs, I think it's going to be David Kemp, goes to the box as soon as they touch it up. This one is put in on the offside. Ekman Larson's going to get that puck, and with 4.5 minutes remaining here in period number 1, it's going to be a trip from David Kemp. It was more of a hook, if anything, but I'll be honest, looked like a bit of a dive. You feel that stick there, and you go down. Amanda, hello there. Welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome in here to the show. And again, welcome in everybody. Thanks for being here. Keep hitting those thumbs ups. If this is your first time tuning in, let us know. Come in the chat and say hello, and welcome in everybody over on Hockey HQ. Appreciate you tuning in and watching along over there. Holy smokes. I mean, this has been wild. We expected this to be a back and forth game, but I'll be honest with you. There's no jump for the Leafs tonight. The struggle is real. Theo, yes, it is. The struggle is very real. Very, very real. And boy, this has been a sad period from a Maple Leaf effort level. Listen, they're doing good in the faceoff circle, 66.7%, 7 hits, but 7 shots, but none of them real high quality shots. Minnesota working the puck well. They're skating well. Toronto is not skating well. They gotta figure out this first period thing real quickly. This has been wild. There you go, Tristan. They gotta figure it out. They can't play this dreadful type of first period. Now they're lucky. Minnesota's had some chances, but not great ones. And because they're struggling, if the Stars were in this game, if Kaprizov was in this game, it's probably 2 or 3-0 Minnesota at this point. Kind of my thoughts. 4th line, first shift, and they take a penalty. I think it might have been their second, but yeah, Scott, I mean, you can't do that. Can't get that stick in there. Should just know better, right? You just got to get physical. They got to get something going the time. But on the Leafs still waiting to score number 1. That's right, Reese's. They like just pucks to net. But you got to make the goaltenders move. You can have 50 shots if you keep shooting at the logo on the goalie's chest. It's not going to help you out in Minnesota with a power play goal. Holy moly, Minnesota. Mini making it a wild ride here in the first period. 2-0 Maple Leafs. Right off the draw, they shovel this one back. Hey, what happens when your defensemen shoot? You got 2 guys with sticks in front, and this one gets deflected in. Hey, Jim, what's going on? Points are tight in the Atlantic Division. Every point counts. That it does. And with the Panthers playing the LA Kings tonight, If Florida picks up a win and Toronto cannot muster a point, Panthers will hop over us. So a deflection in front of the net. Joseph Wall, no real chance there. And here it is, a 2-0 lead, Minnesota. Wow. And that's Spurgeon's 400th career NHL point for Spurgeon. Way to go, Spurgeon. Congratulations. 400 points is no small feat. So we're just going to wait and see who exactly they give that credit to, and then we'll post that second goal. Last time played Vancouver, then everyone got, yeah, it was crazy, number one. Toronto bring back Stolarz. Maybe we'll see Stolarz early. He is on the bench backing up tonight. Minnesota going to play this one through. Just in another song. I rally the troops. Everybody wants to rule the world. This wasn't in the script. It was not in the script at all. It was definitely not. And there it is. So they are going to give it to Spurgeon. It looked like it was deflected, so we'll see if that changes. Here's Wall coming across with the splits. He's way out of the net. Way out of the net. Going to get knocked down. Coming around behind. Toronto trying to put it through. Zuccarello and Eriksson Ek get the assists. Wall is in net. That's correct. Wall is in net here tonight. So let's record. Get this goal recorded. Of course, it has to be all guys with really long names, but hey, that's okay. Spurgeon 6.
Spurgeon from Zuccarello and Eriksson Ek, the scoring play at 15:35. That's given Minnesota a 2-0 lead. There's Marco Rossi, who scored.
There we go. Rossi going to dump this one in. He's coming around. Toronto trying to cut it off. 2.5 minutes to go. Here comes Marner. Marner going to steal. He's bringing this one through. That's right. Get him after the break. Thank God the Leafs aren't playing the Chiefs, so there's a chance they could come back and win. Here's Matthews going to knock it down. Matthews over the line. He's going to send it over to Marner. Marner had stopped skating. Let's sign Shorzy. Bring in Shorzy. Got to get Shorzy going. Marshall, how's it going? Welcome in. Andrew, hope you're doing well. Just cycling around. Thank you very much, Andrew. I appreciate your comments. Let's go, Eagles. This coming around. Toronto with it. Cycling. Flipping it over. Ekman Larson back to the line. Here's Matthews, a little toe drag and a shot. That one's going to get knocked down. This one is played all the way back up. Toronto over to Ekman Larson. Ekman Larson dropping this one back. Nope. It's blocked. Minnesota going to steal it again. Toronto defense is struggling for sure. Here's Ekman Larson working this one around. Here's Nylander, a little toe drag. Try to feed it back. He can't. Guessing the first score is pronounced Kuznetsdinov. It's a tongue twister, that's for sure. Here's Domi to Homie Holmberg with a shot and a nice save. This coming around side of the net. Domi, he can't control. This one going to get knocked out. Domi bringing it all the way back. Leafs in their own zone. Taking a look around, Minnesota steals. Here's another shot. That one gets blocked. And Holmberg going to tip this one out. Minnesota all over Toronto in the last few minutes here. Bills are your team. Yeah, I'm with you, Andrew. I wish the Bills would have been able to pull that one off. Really, really do. This coming through, long pass ahead, over the line, little toe drag, Minnesota taking it to the house, and that one knocked aside. Bobby McMahon just rolling this one out. 35 seconds to go. Gots to get it going on. This being dumped around. Tanev, he's chasing it down. Tanev circling around, giving it to Matthews. Matthews getting tripped up. Leafs going to play this one to the line. Minnesota holds it in. And Toronto going to intercept again. Trying to get it out a second time. They can't. Keeping it in is the Wild. Little drop pass with a shot deflection. Oh my goodness. Just keeping this one out. The Wild picking it up. They're sliding this one around. 8 seconds to go. This one is tipped up in the air. Batted down. Nothing is going to do it. Can I get a horn, please? There we go. The horn is rung and the first period has come to an end, and this was not good. Cam, what's going on? Bills got hurt by lackluster play calling. Cam, you're right. The play calling was atrocious. Let's flip over to the intermission. There we go. Let's readjust everything here. Get those Zambonis going. But yeah, that was a tough game to watch. Really tough game to watch. I'll admit, not the best start for your. Oh, Duke, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. How did I not know it was your birthday? Happy birthday to you, Duke. Let's get some cake and everything flowing for Duke. Happy birthday. I apologize. I did not realize, and I spelt that so wrong. Let's try again where Sam's fingers don't fail him. There we go. Happy birthday to you, Duke. Happy birthday. All right. Broken down shots 8-7 for Minnesota. Hits 8-4 for Toronto. Faceoffs 1. Even Steven. Only penalty was Toronto. And Minnesota scored just a couple of seconds in. 1 for 1 on the power play. 5-4 the giveaways. 2 for 2 the takeaways. And 9 block shots for Minnesota. 2 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Your goal scorers was Kuznetsov, his second from Lauko and Shore, and then Spurgeon, his sixth from Zuccarello and Eriksson Ek. So those are your goal scorers. Now there's some news to talk about. Stuff going around the National Hockey League. If you did not hear, the Utah Hockey Club filed a name, or they filed for they were filing to protect and for copyrights to a certain name, the Utah Yeti. However, it was rejected. They were not able to file under the name the Utah Yeti, which is very, very, very unfortunate. Rob, what's going on? Welcome in. Peter, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Jeff, hello there. So we almost had the Utah Yeti. It was blocked. They've now opened it up. They've narrowed it down to 3 names. 3 names that they're opening it up for their fans to vote for. Dennis, what's going on? Holmberg, Kempf, Domi, garbage. Yeah, that's right, Dennis. I agree with you. They're playing like garbage. And it's garbage day here today, so we might have to take them out and put them at the curb. So the 3 names they're opening up for voting is keeping it as Utah Hockey Club, the Utah Mammoth, or the Utah Wasatch. I don't know what the heck that is. I gotta do a little search here. What is a Wasatch? I am not familiar with that. Is that a location? Wasatch is a word that refers to a mountain range in Utah. Okay, that is interesting. So they're going with the Utah Hockey Club, Utah Mammoth, or the Utah Wasatch, which is a word that refers to a mountain range in Utah. The Wasatch Mountains are the mountain range in Utah that run from the Idaho border to central Utah. Interesting. Paulette, what's going on? Welcome in. Salt Flats. Oh, that's so funny. The names suck. Yeah, Beverly, I was not overly impressed. Paulette, what's going on? Welcome in. The Utah Mammoths should use Manny from the Ice Age Cam. So funny. It's so true. I hope that's the one that wins. I really, really hope that is the one that they pick. The Utah Mammoth is the one that has to win. The Wasatch, yes, it is unique to Utah. That is not a team name. The Utah Hockey Club, yeah, you could do some classy things like a soccer style, but I think Utah Mammoth needs to win. That it's crazy, but those are the names. So we're gonna know very, very soon what they're going to call themselves. We have a couple of players put on waivers. Philip Grubauer has been placed on waivers earlier today by the Seattle Kraken. So Grubauer, goaltender, becomes a free agent. But the one that has me interested the most, and I will be interested in hearing your opinions. Matt, what's going on? The Colorado Rockies were a team. Very true, Matt, but the Rockies, a lot easier to say and build around other than the Wasatch. The Wasatch. Now, I might be pushing it wrong. I might be saying it wrong, but the Rockies would have been a lot easier. Todd, what's shaking? Just showing what's wrong with the boys. Down 2 already. Todd, I know. It's brutal. It's brutal. But let me get your opinion on this name. Put on waivers from the St. Louis Blues for the purpose of a contract buyout is Brendan Saad. Veteran forward Brendan Saad is set to become a free agent. Now, Saad had 1 year remaining on his contract at a cap hit of $4.5 million. So Brendan Saad becomes a free agent. Brendan Saad obviously has a little bit of a history with said Maple Leaf new coach Craig Berube. I personally am a fan of Brendan Saad. I think he has some good hockey still left in him in the right situation. What do you think? Would you be interested in seeing Brendan Saad on this Toronto Maple Leaf team? Thomas, what's going on? Very, very sad. Yeah, it's not a good story. But hey, second period will get better. It will. It has to. We know it will. So what do you think, Major Saad? Do you guys like the idea? I would love it. I've been a Brandon Saad fan for a long time. I know he's a little streaky, he's a little up and down, but a good player. I believe he was on the Stanley Cup winning team at the time. Marshall says yes. Andrew says yes. Yeah, I think that would be a solid pickup, Brandon Saad. When you look and we joke yet not joke about some of the struggles going on here, and guys like Domi, Domi at 3.75 million. Robertson, I mean he's negligible, 875. His contract doesn't really matter. But bring it in, if you could bring in a Brendan Saad at a cheap rate, I mean that would be huge. Carson, what's going on? Thank you very much. Trade Matthews for Connor McDavid. Carson, could you imagine? I can't imagine. Can't seeing that trade happening, but that would be. You probably have both organizations split. You'd probably have some folks saying, "How the heck can you trade an Austin Matthews?" Blah 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 blah, and the other side would be, "How can you trade Connor McDavid?" Blah blah blah. But then you'd have the other half saying, "Yes, we got rid of this guy who can score but wasn't doing it for our team. Yes, we got Austin Matthews. Yes, we got Connor McDavid." It would be absolutely crazy. It would be absolutely crazy, but it would be a lot of fun. No, they're certainly not, Dennis. Certainly not. And they've had to deal with some changes over the years, right? They certainly have had to make some changes over the years. They've had a lot of top draft picks that hadn't panned out for them. They got to figure out that way of figuring it out. Cake Boss, what's going on? Just got home. Can you give me a quick breakdown for this period? Cake Boss, it was not a good period. That's about how it sums up. It was not a good period. Leafs were slow, not a lot of great shots on net. Didn't make the goaltender move. Hopefully, the second period is going to be better. That's about all you need to know. But when we look at this Toronto team, we're still relying on 4 players making crazy money. And it's weird when you look at it, and maybe I should bring this on screen, because it's one thing to talk about it. It's something else when you see it. And this, we hear about it, and it until right now, when I actually looked at it here on paper, I was like, this is just wrong, so wrong. So give me a moment. I'm just going to share my screen here. I'm going to get this organized, and I'm going to bring this one up, and you're going to see what I'm talking about here. I'm going to have to kind of crop it a little bit, because it's going to be hard to see. It's going to be very, very small. Where can I put it? I'll drop it over here. All right, so let's bring this up. So I'm bringing it up. It is a little small to see, but you get the idea. So if you're on a device, maybe you can zoom in on it, or maybe it'll be bigger for you. But when we look at this number, this is a breakdown of all the Maple Leaf forwards. Matthews making 13 million, Nylander 11.5, Tavares 11, Marner at 10. And then look at that. It goes from 10 million to 3 million. You got no players making 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, $9 million. You go from 10-9 to 3-7 to 2-4, then millions, and then the 100,000s. This is crazy to me. You know, it's one thing when we talk about we're investing all this money in our top players. How can a team compete when you have, hey, banking, what's up? Stetson, what's going on? You got 4 players making 10, 11, 13 million, and then your next highest player is making less than 4 million. How crazy. And I'm talking purely forwards here. How crazy is that? I mean, you can't go on that way. If we look at the defensemen, let me bring this to the defensemen. It's a little bit more spread out, right? 7-5, 4.5, 3.5, 2 looks a little bit better. But this as the forwards, 13, 11, 11, 10, 9 to 3-7. So what happens in the offseason when they say, hey, Mitch Marner, we're going to give you $12 million. Maybe they give him 11.5, give him the same as Nylander. We'll give you 11.5. John Tavares comes off the books. John Tavares, I mean, he was playing well, so maybe Tavares gets 5 or 6 million. So essentially what you save on John Tavares goes into Mitch Marner and then maybe re-signing a Matthew Nyes, because Matthew Nyes is a restricted free agent. He's making $925 right now. He's going to be worth $3 or $4 million. So what you save on Tavares goes into Marner and Nyes. And then you have the exact same problem. You have the exact same problem, except, they're probably not going to re-sign Nick Robertson. You're going to have, again, a handful of players making $1 million or less. Crazy. Dire Straits solved a long time ago and song money for nothing. Yeah. Contract is crazy and sometimes unfair. It's wild. I mean, when we take a look, let's for giggles, let's pull up the Florida Panthers. Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup last year. Now, I did not look at this beforehand. I don't know what the numbers are going to be. But look at this. 10 million, 9, 5, 8, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3. You're able to get a whole lot of depth players going. Barkov, superstar. Kachuk, superstar. Sam Reinhart has become a superstar. Verhaeghe is a decent goal scorer. He's getting a bump up to 7 million next year. Sam Bennett in there. Evan Rodriguez playing his role. Great how they spread their money around. The D side, same. 7-5, 5-7, 2-5. The big problem with the Panthers is their goaltending. They got 10 million tied up in Bobrovsky, but he's performing that way. How do the Islanders stack up? All right, let's take a look at the Islanders. Right? We know the Islanders, they're struggling. Islanders not performing well. Good spread of salary. 9 million, 8, 5, 7, 6, 5, 5, 3, 5, 3, 2, 5. Decent spread. The problem with the Islanders is they just have it spread in the wrong talent. Poor Matty Barzal is all alone there. I know we have absolutely no depth, right? Flames are doing good with the crew they got. Flames are playing great. Let's look at the Flames. Calgary's figured it out, right? They spent a lot of money. 10-5 for Huberdeau, 7 for Kadri, 5-5, 4-9, 4-5. And then it drops down. But look at their depth players. Anthony Mantha, he's got a lot of great potential. Sharnkovich is playing well. Ryan Lomberg, a grinder fourth line will get you a couple of goals. He's going to get a lot of penalties. Grind it out in the corners for you. Pospisil has been playing decent. Coronado Zari's been playing decent. They got some decent depth. Look at the D. A lot of money invested in D2. Mackenzie Weegar, Rasmus Anderson, Kevin Ball. They have an issue with goaltenders. Dan Vladar at 220. They got to invest some money in their goaltenders. If Toronto had 2 Matthew Tkachuk instead of the core 4, they'd be way better. I agree. I absolutely agree. If we come back to Toronto, remember, actually, what was Kachuk? Kachuk was at 9.5? 9.5. So here we go. You got 13 for Matthews. You got 11.5 for William Nylander. John Tavares at 11. Take out a Tavares or a Marner at 11 and stick a Matthew Kachuk in here for 9.5, and I'm all for it. It's crazy. George, what's going on? They don't know how to score, right? And George, it's funny you say that. Right? When we got a guy like Austin Matthews has been scoring, but he should. He's, highest player, I guess next year will be the second highest player in the league. Nylander is up there in the goal scoring leaders. He knows how to score. He's just been cold lately. Where's Domi? Domi hasn't scored squat. Don't expect Kempf to score. Bobby McMahon has been doing his role. He's fine. Nyes has been scoring. He's injured. Robertson has not been scoring. Pacioretty, is doing what we expect from him. Holmberg isn't scoring. But that's the problem with this lineup. Vladar is the goalie. The Flames need to upgrade. Yeah. When you got less than $3 million invested in your two goaltenders, you got to upgrade one of them. Let's see here. Goaltending isn't the biggest issue for the Leafs. It's a lack of defenseman depth. Yeah, you're right. I'm very happy. Leafs defense. Stolarz at 2.5 and Joseph Wall at, next year he'll be making 3.6. I'm fine. I'm fine with the Leafs goaltending. April already looking gloomy. I hope not, Rissies. I hope they turn it around. In defense, Riley at 7.5, to be honest, I know there's a lot of Morgan Riley fans out there, but to pay him 7.5 for what he's doing, we're not getting our money's worth. Tanev at 4.5, I think it's a little high, but he's hitting, he's blocking shots. Ekman Larson, I think, is a steal at 3.5. Jake McCabe, he's bumping up to 4.4 next year, which is worth it for him. Benoit at 1.3, I think, is worth it for him. It's our depth players. We don't have money to upgrade our depth players. And that's the problem. All right, we're getting set for period number 2. Let me flip screens. Let's get over there and get set to go. All right, there we go. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out as we break things down. Not impressed with Patch, nice guy, but yeah, Todd, he's done okay. It's kind of what I expected from him, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect much. I didn't expect much, but he's been doing Pacioretty things, right? He's 32 games this year. He's got 12 points, 5 goals, third line numbers, 13 minutes a game. I expected we get a little chip-ins from him. We'd expected we'd get, some passing from him. That's about it. So I'm okay with how Pacioretty's playing. I didn't expect much more. All right, Leaf fans, Leaf Nation, it's time. It's time to see the second period team turn things around. Everyone's got some great opinions and ideas. Absolutely, Cake Boss. This chat is the best. People here are very hockey smart. We love it. There we go. A couple seconds, and we got a whistle already, so this is going to stop. We'll continue to dig through and look at these rosters and salaries, and as things change, we'll certainly keep you up to speed on it all. Well, let's go. Got to turn it around. Off the draw, Leafs have it. 8 shots apiece now. That's true, Todd. That is a good call. Too many unnecessary for sure. Leafs trying to get one quick, coming out in front, misses the pass. Back to the line, a shot, a tip. Marner sitting in front. Shoot the puck. Matthews puts it over the net. Matthews back to pick this one up. He spins around. Matthews down in the corner, trying to work this one through. It comes out. Back to McMahon, sending it all the way back to Tanev. Tanev regrouping and going to play it forward. Here's Toronto working in. Bobby McMahon with a shot. That one's blocked. McMahon sending this around down in the corner. This being bumped up the boards to the line. It's going to come out. Boldy playing this one back. Minnesota just sliding this one down. Riley's there to pick it up. Riley going to move it across. Takes a bump into the boards. Back to Riley. John, what's going on? Welcome in, John. Hope you're doing all right. Toronto, bad pass to Nylander. He's going to pick it up off the boards. He passes it to Riley, misses his target. Wall's got to come out to play it. Sloppy play here by the Maple Leafs early in period number 2. This coming down to the line, played around. This going to be chipped in. A little swipe at it over to Domi. Domi bringing it up over the line. He's going to play in the corner to Nylander. Nylander playing through. What can the goalie do? Catch the puck, right? Playing this one across Minnesota with it. They fan on the shot. Now they send it around, and Joseph Wall, he's going to do just that. He's going to catch the puck and hang on to it. What can the Leafs do to win? The Leafs got to figure out how to start moving the puck down ice. They got to start getting some quality opportunities on net. What they're doing is when the goalie is set, they're shooting it right at him. You got to make the goalie push across, because what happens when they push across, the goaltender's legs open it up and it creates that triangle underneath. And then you got to hit the moving target. So face off just outside the Leaf zone. This is going to be brought back, or sorry, in the Leaf zone. Going to be brought back around. Toronto over the red line. Robertson has his pocket pick. Nice stick lift there. Here's a quick shot. That one's blocked by Benoit going into the corner. Another thing that puzzles me with the Leafs is when Matthews is out, they play better. Phil, yeah, I think it is a little bit of a mental thing, to be honest with you. That's going to be an icing call. It's a very interesting observation. When Matthews is out, the Leafs seem to play better. There's no rhyme or reason to that whatsoever. And it's crazy. Yeah, banking big salary cap increase. I mean, it'll definitely help things out. That's for sure. Caps will offload Backstrom, Ocean, another play next year. Free up to 20 mil. It's crazy. So face off back in the Leafs zone. Leafs going to win this one again. Benoit hammering it off the boards. Leafs at the red line, passing it across. Hot pass, can't handle it. Bounced around. Nick Robertson trying to pull it back in. And the Wild going to carry this one out. This is going to be chipped down. There's a little bit of a shoulder hit. This is coming around. Holmberg trying to dig for it. Can't pull it. Keeping this one in. Coming around. Benoit lets it go. Back to the line. Here's a shot knocked down. And Robertson going to flip this one out. Laurent's going to chip this into the Leaf zone. Goaltender Gustafsson coming out to play it around. Minnesota in their own zone looking to set it up. This coming around down through Justy and over the line. David Kampf back with it. David Kampf carrying it ahead. Kampfer on the move over to Reeves. Ryan Reeves putting this one down in the corner. David Kampf coming out in front. Doesn't there. Ryan Reeves turning around. Reaver trying to get it. No, John didn't see that. Here's a long shot right on. Reeves is there. The goaltender is going to hang on to it. Going to get a little bit of a scrum as Reeves and Chisholm are going to exchange some words with the smiles on their faces. They're enjoying it. Enjoying mixing it up, getting in there. Seems like when Matthews is out, all our top players step up. It really does. And how does that make any sense whatsoever? It just doesn't. It just doesn't.
He's not able to find that rebound. He got the deflection on it right away, but you could see the rebound was there for a half a second.
But at least the Leafs are pushing right now, right? That's all we can ask. Push, Leafs, push. And they are certainly pushing.
Goes forward on the draw, centered it, but Marner unable to come up with it.
This coming back around. Here's a shot getting knocked down.
I like that little change up. As a defensive centerman, you're thinking, okay, I got to win this thing back so quickly. And sometimes you can get zero focused on the drop and not know how to react when the guy goes right by it. You can see how quickly he just stepped right around him. And Eric Sinek surprised on that one. This time he goes to the boards and wins it for himself.
It's coming back through, back around. Sorry, give me one moment. Just checking on something here. Background picked up. Here comes Minnesota. Minnesota on the way. Road Warrior, what's going on? Welcome in. In the corner, Boldy sending it around. Here's a long shot deflected in. Minnesota coming close yet again. Holy moly. Very, very, very close play there. All right, John, that could have been dangerous. I'm glad to see he's okay. And that's going to be shot right on and held. Maybe a little shoving couldn't hurt. Let's get something going. Again, you know, I expected Toronto to come out and play a little stronger here today in this period. And again, we're getting a flat team. A flat team. And how frustrating. How frustrating.
Sometimes you can get lost. Middleton kept it deep. Zuccarello came right down the
I mean, come on, Leafs. We always hear O'Reilly could be on the lead. No, Phil, I hope they don't bring him back. If he couldn't handle it the first time and he had nothing good to say when he left, do not bring him back. Bring Shen back. Do not bring Ryan O'Reilly back. I don't want to see that happen. Welcome in, everybody, as you're watching along. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for us. Hit that like. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, help us out by hitting that subscribe for us. Minnesota in over the line, and that's going to be an offside call. Adrian, what's going on? So, you know, when you hear comments like this, and I have a clip here from the Austin Matthews press conference.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Obviously, I mean, that's still a big part of the game, and he's a big part of this team. And you love to see that. Would have liked a little more energy, from the crowd after that. I thought, it was a little quiet tonight, especially after a guy, two guys like that go at it.
So Austin Matthews, those were his comments saying he'd like to see more energy from the crowd. If you didn't hear it, you've now heard it. That's Austin Matthews saying the crowd at the Scotiabank Arena was too quiet and wanted more energy. And we got a little takedown here. Is this Foligno, I think, is going to be going to the box as he tackles Ekman Larsson.
Arm went up. Ekman Larsson taking a look at here. Was it a
So who are they actually sending to the box? Are they sending Ekman Larsson to the box? No, Ekman Larsson is feeling his face, so he's okay. It's going to be Ryan Hartman going to the box. So the Maple Leafs going to get their first power play. So Austin Matthews, yes, I understand the crowd should be louder. The energy should be there, especially after a scrap. But how do you make those comments after you lose to Columbus 5-1? And we're seeing it again here today. This team is flat. There's no energy. So you want to talk about the lower bowl, the people paying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a seat to come watch you play, and there's no energy on the ice? Come on. Let's go. You got to get it going. Let's see what they can do here on this power play as Marner drops it in the middle of everybody. Here they come back in the Leaf zone. Again, it looks like they're going with all forwards, no defense. Bobby McMahon on the far side. He's going to kick this one in. It's in the corner. They're scrapping at it. Toronto right now can't get possession of the puck. Minnesota doing a nice job. Exactly. Back to the line for Marner. Going to put this one over. And Matthews drops his stick. Oh, my goodness. Banking they may, but the star, like Matthews is going to play in the tournament. Nylander is going to go play in the tournament. These guys got to come up with something. They got to find a better way. David, what's going on? Good to see you. Leafs getting, they are not playing great, that's for sure. Good to see you, David. This coming around down in the corner. Minnesota, sharp shot, knocked down. Kicked aside. Marner with this one now. Marner taking a look. He's going to work forward. How 5-hour energy drink. I'd be like, give me 40 minutes. Give me something. These guys right now, nothing. Nylander with it. He's going to skate in the corner. Plays it off the boards to himself. He's going to lose the puck. Toronto kicking it out to the line to Marner. Marner to the side. Here's McMahon with a shot. Rebound. McMahon another shot. That was the best opportunity the Leafs have had all night. Bobby McMahon a couple shots. Here's Marner. Marner circling around. Everybody's standing still. Nobody is moving to get open. Here's Marner with a shot, and that's going to be deflected wide. Here's Pacioretty, and he has it knocked off his stick. Rolls up to the goaltender, and he's going to hang on to it. 9 seconds left to go. Absolutely nothing doing on the Maple Leafs power play right now. Absolutely nothing doing. Can't play like this, boys. You got to get the energy going. You gotta move. You can't just stand still. Tough to watch right now. Players spends 82 games plus 4 next year. It is a long season. Phil, I agree with you. It is a long season. But when you're down 2 goals, you got to put some energy to come back. Side of the net, Minton centering in front. This is taken away by Treenan. Hartman, he's going to get it coming up. Nick Robertson on the back check. Here's a backhanded play on net. Robertson stabbing at this one, trying to work it through. This coming to the line. Back to the line, playing this one up. Nicky Robertson's intercepting that pass. He's going to spring ahead. And there's Domi, who's hauled down. It looked like he had a partial breakaway. And Chisholm takes him down, and no call by the official. So icing call here. Domi with a partial breakaway goes down. Now Chisholm's stick looked to be in his skates. But let's see here on the replay. Nope, so Domi went down on his own. Chisholm's stick came in after he went down. So good call on the officials. 3 goals this season for Domi. He has no goals in his last 17 games. This is not the Max Domi we signed. That's a good point, Road Warrior. Absolutely. When you're making that much money, you got to go. You got to play every game. Second unit had the best chance, and they were on for 9 seconds. Right, Aiden? This one played it in, down in the corner. Gustafson out. Going to wrap it around the boards. Back with it is Minnesota. Minnesota putting it in the corner. Banking it off the boards. Now they play this up ahead. The Wild, long pass. Here they come in over the line. Eriksson Ek to the half boards. Back to the line. Spurgeon cycling it over. When does the Four Nations Cup start? Yes, there will definitely, Rob, there will definitely be live streams. It starts February 12th, I think was the day. Feb 12th. Mark, what's going on? They're just getting plain old beat. Forechecking, blocking shots, shutting down the pass. You're right, Mark. Fundamental hockey, right? Back to basics. Back to basics. Reeves, he's going to overskate the puck. Now he's going to knock it down. Reaver going to play this one back. Nothing doing. You could hear a pin drop in this building right now. Unbelievable. There it is so quiet. Players like Domi seem like they need to put on 1-year deals. Phil, I don't disagree.
Felt like the stick was broken. He can't be happier to get off the ice after a couple of miscues.
You know, big struggle as they go to commercial break. I thought after the first period we would have seen this team wake up in the second period. There has been no waking up. The only good thing that we look at, and if we look over here to the shots on goal, the Leafs are using their point men. They're shooting only a couple, but they are shooting from the point. That is a good thing. They have a couple of shots from down low, but most of the shots coming from the point. That is a good thing. Utilizing your men for shots from the point and the face-off dots, you're getting a chance for deflection. So that is a good thing to utilize. Not a lot down low that we normally see. However, if you look over the red X's, Minnesota doing the same thing. A lot of shots from the slot, the face-off circles, and a lot of shots from that top corner. Minnesota's figured it out, right? Right now, they got 8 shots this period, the Wild do. Toronto only 5. So definitely slowing things down. Matthews and Domi and Bert's best year was on the same line. You know, it was. I struggled with Bertuzzi. I struggled with Bertuzzi a lot. I expected so much more from him. I don't know why. Everybody said to me, Sam, he's a second half a year performer. He's a playoff performer. Just wait, just wait. I waited, and it never really came. There was a stretch where it looked like he was about to burst out of his shell, and it didn't come. So I think, for me personally, I was oversold on what to expect from Bertuzzi. I saw a lot from Domi last year. Hey, Dan, what's going on? I saw a lot from Domi last year that I was happy with. I enjoyed his style of play. It made sense to me, right? What he was doing made sense. But this year he's just disappeared. Wayne, what's going on? Bertuzzi with... Oh, gosh, Wayne, there's a name I didn't think I would hear again for a long time. David Clarkson. I can see that comparison. You know, it was funny when we signed David Clarkson back then. I was kind of like, "Hey, that's awesome." I'm not really sure what David Clarkson is going to bring to this team, and it was absolutely nothing. Rose coming in, hitting that subscribe. Thank you, Rose. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe. Welcome to the channel. Welcome everybody to the channel as you are coming in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And if you haven't hit that like button, smash that thumbs up. We need about 20 more likes. So if you wouldn't mind, hit that thumbs up for us. Coming out Wall, he's going to work this one around behind the net. Bucks, what's shaking? Good to see you. Toronto, McMahon going to bring it over the line. Elects to not pass it to Matthews. He's going to bring it in. He's going to fight this one all the way down in the corner. Battling in here. Nice job here by McMahon with Chisholm. And the Wild going to take it away. They're going to move it up. It's Eriksson Ek flipping it up and all the way down the ice. Really, really like what I'm seeing from Bobby McMahon. I know he's playing top line, but he's putting himself in good positions. Tanev bringing it around, cycling. Now he drops it back to the line. Here's a long shot, deflection. Going to go wide. Side of the net, Toronto picking it up. Going to leave it here for Riley. Riley playing it around, down in the corner. He can't get it. Reeves banking it off the boards to the line. Ekman-Larsson over to Riley, who wanted it. Riley back to Ekman-Larsson. Ekman-Larsson going to send it in front. That one's knocked down. David Kempf trying to get a stick on there. Puck is going to come out all the way down the ice. Ekman-Larsson, he's going to go back and get it. No icing call. He's going to play this one around. Saw a goal last week. Eric Carlson to Mike Bunting to Crosby. that is a weird goal kick, boss. I'm sorry they didn't keep Bunting. I like Bunting a lot. I know he had some challenges, and I know, he was getting under the skin of the officials, but I thought Michael Bunting brought a lot to this team. Here's Lauko bringing it in. He's going to stop, turn around. Lauko being watched by Domi. Going to cycle it down behind. Wild doing a good job. Faber carrying. He's going to send it towards the net. That goes wide. Foligno back to the point. Cycling over. Here's Morel. And that's going to be knocked down. Minnesota recovers. Domi can't intercept. This coming around behind the net. Merrill with it now. He's still continue working the boards. Toronto trying to get up, taking it away there from Foligno. And again, they recover and shoot it. And Toronto struggling right now. Minnesota is all over them. Riley stuck on the ice for a long time, almost about 2 minutes. It is 1:55 for Riley, stuck on the ice. 1:33 for Ekman-Larsson. Now 2 minutes for Riley. Ekman-Larsson still in there along the boards. Skate! Nylander and Domi are just floating around right now. Holmberg comes to the side of the net, and he's going to rip it around the boards. And it's missed, and Nylander steals. It's a breakaway. Nylander coming in. He shoots. He hits the goalpost. Nylander with a breakaway hits the goalpost. My goodness. That's coming back around. Toronto banking it forward again. Can't get it to Robertson this time. Got to race back is Fraser Minton. Minton, he's circling around, going to play this ahead. It's deflected in. Oh my goodness. What a shot by William Nylander, and he just dings that goalpost. That could have changed everything. With 8 minutes to go here in period number 2, that shot, that could have given an adrenaline shot to the legs of this Leaf team. He goes upstairs. The goaltender caught a piece of it and just hits that crossbar. Second ding tonight. Exactly. Leafs must be close to a record with how many posts they hit in a year. Good night, Morgan. Take care. This coming in over the line. Minnesota turning. Can't control. This is going to come out all the way down. Maple Leafs back with it. Off the boards is coming down the ice. That's going to be an icing call, even though the Leafs, Nick Robertson was in there first. But the referees blow that whistle, and this is coming all the way back. 7:45 to go. 7:45. And I'll be honest, I apologize. I thought we would see some fire from this Leafs team. No fire. Fire is not burning, and now they're going to go to a commercial break. Oh my goodness gracious. Struggles continue, and that is not a good thing. Ladies and gentlemen, next game coming up is Saturday night. The Leafs and the Edmonton Oilers. It also happens to be the same night as Royal Rumble. So lots to watch on Saturday night. I'm excited for the Royal Rumble. I know we got some wrestling fans in here. I hope you're excited. So two big events, of course, the Oilers and Toronto. That is going to be a doozy of a game. We'll probably be doing something a little different for that one because I'll be watching the Rumble at the same time. So it's going to be a fun night, Saturday night. Can't wait for it. And then coming up on, let me see, after Saturday, oh my gosh, if the computer will work for me. After Saturday night, we're getting, I can't believe we're getting to the beginning of February already. It is frightening. Let's see here. Monday, February 3rd. An interesting Monday night prime game. The Nashville Predators and the Ottawa Senators. The Predators and Senators going toe-to-toe Monday, February 3rd. So that is going to be an interesting game. And then on Tuesday, the Maple Leafs and the Calgary Flames. That's a 9 o'clock start. That is going to be a war. The Flames looking to punish the Maple Leafs. I'm excited for that one coming up next week. That one I've actually kind of had circled on my calendar for a little while. Cannot wait to see what that one is going to bring. So lots to look forward to in the world of hockey, and we will have lots of coverage for you. All right, coming back. Let's go Leafs. William Nylander. A lot of posts this year. Time to get a Battle of the Oars. There you go, Matt. That's right. Battle of the Oars. Games like this, the Berube would want to pull the pads, jump on the bench. Could you imagine this coming around? What happened to the game so far? Jared, it has been ugly. It's been all Minnesota. Minnesota has really sucked the lifeblood out of this Maple Leaf team. Nylander had a chance. He had a breakaway chance. Not able to bury it. Couldn't put that one through. This coming all the way down. Minnesota flipping it around in the corner. Toronto digging. Ekman Larson digging. Matthews getting in there. Come on, Matthews. You want the crowd to be loud. Do something. This being dragged away. He's going to kick it over to Marner. Marner passing it to nowhere. And that's going to be an icing call. Thank you, Mitch. I think he intended to get it up to William Nylander, but the pass went way wide, and that is just not a good pass there. Holy smokes. They got to figure it out. Everybody's got to get something going. But this team is trouble. This team could open it up and win a game in 3 or 4. This is how I feel about my Bruins. We lost 7-2 to the Sabres. Oh my gosh, Jared. You let the Sabres score, well, not you, but the Bruins let the Sabres score 7. Oh my goodness. That's bury your head in the sand territory. Bring out the paper bag. Here's Minnesota, far side. Their pass is Aaron, and it's going to be an icing against Minnesota now. 6:40 to go here in the third period, in the second period. Swayman was in net too, but he's just coming back from injury, wasn't he? I'll cut Swayman a break. Oh my goodness, that's. I mean, I personally get happy because you know how I feel about Boston, but that is just ugly. Off the draw, Minnesota going to win this one back. Down around for David Kempf. Kempf is going to keep this one in. Lorentz waiting for it. It's going to come around over his stick. We gave Tage Thompson a hat trick. Well, that was certainly nice of them. Certainly nice of them. I like Tage Thompson a lot. And I got to tell you, with Buffalo as bad as they are, Thompson is kind of being wasted there right now, which is very, very unfortunate for that squad. 6:22 to go here in period number 2. And it's
across the league that this is an issue. Can you get that
this is an issue. Terrible year for the Bruins. What happened to this? Len, it makes no sense, right? 2 years they're setting league records for wins and points, and they're doing unbelievable things. But I guess when the Florida Panthers beat the pants off you, it kind of knocks you down a level.
balance, but you can tell that's one of the big issues.
Thompson is in fire. He's such a
Getting that
good
scoring
talent.
from those secondary guys.
Here's Wall out to play it. Gives it to Domi. Domi kind of almost gave it away. Toronto's going to backhand this all the way down the ice. It's going to come right on the Minnesota netminder. He's going to play it ahead. Tomorrow, you're going to be at the Garden for the Jets and the Bruins. Jared, that's going to be a good game. Got to watch out for those Jets. They are a beast. Leafs get it over the blue line. Minnesota tries to bring it right back in, taken away. Here's Domi with some moves, and he throws it into the corner. Domi with a nifty little move. Had Nylander, couldn't get the puck, but it comes out in front. And this one is shoveled just wide. Pontus Holmberg getting an opportunity in there. This around, Nylander behind the net. Willie's going to shovel it away. Still has it up top in his feet. Can't do anything with it. The defense going to come in to help. Goes back to Nylander, has it taken away. And now Minton comes and he made the steal, took it back, but it comes out of the zone. Back around to Myers. Myers going to dump this one down in deep. This coming at the side, shoveled out. Toronto turning and burning. They're going to bring it in. Here's Pacioretty. Pacioretty digging. Patch throwing it in front. Here's a shot. Nice shot by Fraser Minton. Nick Robertson can't get another shot. And this is going to hop out and down the ice. Myers has to come back. And he's being watched by Kurtisov. Almost gave it away. Minnesota outside the zone, bringing it right back in. Through the legs of Minton. Here's a shot right on. And Wall is going to make that save and hang on to it. Joseph Wall, he's making some stops right now, but Toronto is not giving him a whole lot of help. Everybody is shut down. The Scotiabank Arena is silent as the Leafs are down 2-0 here in period number 2. Under 5 minutes to go. The good news, it's only 2 goals, and the Leafs can score that with ease. The bad news is somebody needs to go set an alarm clock off in the locker room and wake these guys up, because it is atrocious what they are doing right now. They cannot get nothing going. Thompson, hardest shot in the league. Didn't he win? He did win the hardest shot last year, right? I mean, Tage Thompson is so good. I've been a fan of his. I've said kind of year over year how great I think he is. I'm a huge fan of Tage Thompson. Big guy, great size, great talent. Just stuck in Buffalo. I'm sure at some point, if Buffalo can't get it going, he might find his way out of there. But it's the same. A lot of these big talents get stuck on these teams that are just in a losing stretch, and it's just no good. It's just no good. All right, banking sounds good. We'll see you later, my friend. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate it. And welcoming everybody if you're just joining us, if you're just coming in. Thanks for being here. Hope you'll hit that thumbs up button for us. Hit that like button. It's free to do. Hit that subscribe and help us grow. Help us get the message out. Tell your friends, family, colleagues, social circles. Let them know about us. All right, coming back from commercial break, what do the Leafs need to focus on? Fundamentals. Small passes, short passes, work it through, get some shots on net, get things going. It's the little things. You got to make that happen. You got to do the do, as they say. Goals by defense this season, last place in the league. Overall, last place at even strength, last place in the third period, and game winners, they're tied for 15th. So no production coming from the Maple Leafs defense, and you got to change that, right? You got to change that. Us, the Panthers, twice in a row, both years they went to the Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah, Jared, absolutely, and it's okay, right? It's always good if the team that beats you goes to the finals, even if they don't win. At least they get there. You know you lost to a really good team. 4.5 to go. Toronto trying to keep this one in. Can't believe Sens and Bruins are tied. Right, Dan? I mean, it's crazy. Ekman-Larsson going in. Ekman-Larsson against Eriksson Ek. It was almost a tie race to the puck. Eriksson Ek kind of fell. Marner breakaway. No, he comes in, dumps it over Matthews. Waits. Matthews passes it to McMahon in the crowd. Matthews should have shot that. Tanev. Here's a pass. Ekman-Larsson with a shot. Matthews His pass is missed. Tanev keeps it in. Back to Tanev. Matthews taken down in front. Marner going to chip this one just wide. Picking up the loose puck. Marner looking, tries to center it in front. That one's knocked down. And here's a race. It's a breakaway. Minnesota for Matt Boldy. Matt Boldy coming in. And a great play by Tanev. Tanev with a huge defensive play. The puck rolled in on the goaltender. And there's a big play of this. The Minnesota player, his stick was caught up in Joseph Woll's equipment, and he was like jabbing at him to try and free it. But you can't jab at the goaltender. Toronto going to keep this? No, they're saying Holmberg was offside, and Holmberg is now questioning this. Holy moly, back and forth rushes, but nothing doing at either end. A flurry of activity as Matthews on his butt almost was able to get a piece of that one coming in, and a long breakaway by Boldy, and Chris Tanev coming all the way back. Now he came in with a hard hook across the midsection. He very easily could have taken a penalty for hooking or slashing, and if that was a call, it probably would have been a penalty shot. So he got lucky there. The Maple Leafs getting lucky there. Just over 3 minutes to go. My Bruins might trade for JT Miller for some reason. Yeah, Jared, I've heard they're one of the teams on that list showing interest. Pass into the corner for Domi. Domi misses it, sending this one around. Back at the side of the net, Holmberg. He can't play it over. Leafs can't. They're struggling. The last 4 teams that have knocked the Leafs out of the playoffs, Leafs play the first round. Right, Phil, it's nuts. In over the line, this being flipped up, knocked down, Domi. Backhand across, Nylander. Willie gonna flip this around. Holmberg, he's trying to dig in the corner. Holmberg still digging. This coming out, side of the net, jamming it in. Lorentz with a nice play, and nothing doing. So Steven Lorentz getting in there, and he walked right out of the corner, made a nice little move, a nifty little move. Just couldn't put it in, however. So very, very interesting maneuver. Just a little toe drag, and he came through. He got it under the stick. Gustafsson closing those legs. And that's what you like to see. Lorentz with some creativity there to try and walk out of the corner.
Gustafsson looking for his 20th win of the year would match his total from
2:15 to go here. 20 shots to 17 shots. Toronto getting some quality opportunities here in the second period, but just can't capitalize. Off the draw, here's Myers sending it in. That's going to be steered to the corner. Picked back up and walked out. Minnesota trying to play it. Toronto digging. They're right at the red line now. Comes back to the Maple Leafs in their own zone, setting it up. Now they turn and move forward. Deflected in the corner. It's going to come on Gustafsson. He's going to bank it out. David Kemp can't get in there in time. The Wild going to carry this one ahead. Up and over. Here's a little bit of a hit. Can't shake him off the puck. Minnesota setting it up in the Maple Leaf zone. Cycling it down to the corner. This picked up by David Kemp. Kemp going to look around. Minnesota going to make some changes as the Leafs now going to dump this into the Wild zone. And again, they're calling it an offside. No, they're calling it an icing. Lorentz is saying, I tipped this in, and it looked pretty obvious that it did change direction. So this is not a good call by the officials. 132. Lauko and Benoit mixing it up in front of the Minnesota bench a little bit. Off the draw, Toronto going to win this one back. Playing it around the glass. This comes to the line. And it's going to scooch out. Here's Minnesota. Behind the back, that pass intercepted. Dan, it is a very weird game. Very, very weird game. Digging it free. David Kemp playing this one off the boards and back. Going to be scooped out and all the way down the ice. Minnesota Middleton back with it. He's going to slow this one down. Here we go. Minnesota on the move. They're going to carry this one up and ahead. Going to be knocked down. And the Wild backing this one back up, playing it across. Long pass. Last minute to play here in the second period. Wall out to stop it. What can the Leafs do to win? Alexander, they got to start playing. They got to start playing. They got to get their legs going. This coming over. Here's a shot. That one's knocked down. They're just playing a little flat tonight. Minnesota dragging it through the red line, bringing this one in. Come on, Leafs. Backing it up, turning it around. Wild. Merrill going to flip this in the corner. Tanev going back after it, going to cycle it around. And here comes Toronto. Toronto through the neutral zone. Playing this one ahead. McMahon going to keep it into Matthews. Matthews turning, throwing it towards the net. It hit the defenseman Bogosian's skate, who was sitting right there, and Gustafsson able to cover it up, and he's going to freeze it. So with 10 seconds to go, we're getting a face-off in the Minnesota zone. Actually, 6.3 seconds to be exact. Matthews blindly just throwing it. Pardon me. Excuse me. Got to get this Leafs team going. Off the draw, here's a shot that's going to flutter wide. And that's going to do it. Period is going to come to an end. Leafs like ginger ale left overnight. Flat. Rissies. That is a great analogy. All right, let's get these stats set up because they're not great. There we go. 20 shots for the Wild, 19 for Toronto, 18 hits for Toronto, 9 for the Wild. Face-offs, 17-13. Still 1-for-1 Minnesota on the power play. Toronto goes 0-for-1. Giveaways, all right, 9-8. Takeaways, 4-3. And block shots, Minnesota blocking a ton of shots, which is looking good. No goals scored in the second period. It's still 2-0 Minnesota. And it's making it tough to watch. All right, let's take a little look-see here at our stats from around the league and what's cooking. Dane, how's it going? Who do we want to win? Leafs all the way, Dane. Leafs all the way. They are in trouble. There's no way the Leafs will go anywhere in the playoffs this year. Don't want to sound like a Leafs hater because as a lifetime Cast fan, do enjoy. Oh, hang on, I got to bring that back up, Dave. I do enjoy watching Toronto drama more than any other team. Yeah, you know, it's a valid point. They are in trouble, right? If they play like this in the playoffs, they are not getting out of the first round. I don't care who they play against. This is not a good look for this squad at all. It is not a good look, and they can't keep playing this way. They can't. They'll get beat every which way, and that's what has been happening. All right, let's take a quick look at our stat leaders as far as the Leafs are concerned. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mitch Marner still in 4th place overall in the league in terms of assists. He's 2 assists ahead of Connor McDavid. William Nylander has dropped down in the goal scoring race a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's now in 5th spot, tied for 5th spot with Braden Point, 28 goals. Kyle Connor, Sam Reinhart, Mark Scheifele, one ahead with 29. Draisaitl leading everyone with 35 goals. Mikko Rantanen, Tage Thompson, Jake Gunsel, Cole Caulfield, all tied with 25 goals. James, what's going on? No, they are not looking good. They're certainly struggling. Mitch Marner, second in assists in the league, 53 assists. He's 2 ahead of Kucherov and 6 behind Nathan McKinnon. And Nylander in the game-winning goals, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 5th on the list in game-winning goals, tied with John Tavares with 6, who John Tavares has been out for a while, and he's still up there on the list of game-winning goals. So good to see Marner and Nylander up with the scoring leaders, but got to get the rest of the team going. Got to get them moving. Right now, it's a struggle. Stellar is still hanging around the leaderboard for goals against average at 215 as well. Hanging around in the save percentage with a 927. So good for that. And hopefully we'll see him back very soon. It's what happens when you pay too much for nothing. Bradley, right? It's just nuts. Sittler and Keon back. That would be a whole lot of fun. Daryl Sittler. If Sittler came back today, he'd probably pull up along the board somewhere and just start talking stories, sharing all his playing stories, which would freeze everybody. I tell you, Daryl Sittler has some amazing hockey stories, and he's a talker, so it's pretty cool to hear what he has to say. So definitely worth listening. If you ever get a chance to meet Daryl Sittler, he'll talk your ear off. He's great. A couple other scores from around the league: the Devils 4-0 over the Flyers, and the Panthers 1-0 over the Kings. Right now, Canucks and Preds at 9 o'clock. Penguins in Utah at 9:30. And who scored the goal for our Florida Panthers? Let's take a little sneak peek. Sam Bennett, his 16th from Kachuk and Kulikov. There you go. All right, let me open up. Let's take a look. We talked in the first intermission about the Toronto Maple Leafs and their salary cap woes. Very easy game for the Wild. Dennis, right now it's certainly looking like an easy game for them, unfortunately. But in the first intermission, we talked a lot about the Leafs' salary cap, and not so much the cap itself, but we talked about how they've spent their money and how it's not necessarily the best. So let's now talk a little bit about the individual roster and not so much about the money they're making. We talked off the top, they're kind of sitting middle of the road, middle of the league when it comes to their goals per game, goals against per game, their power play percentage, their penalty. They're all about middle of the road, 12th, 16th, 12th for everything except power play is 16th. They're first in the Atlantic for now. They might drop to second, but it's how our individual players are performing. So let's start with the goaltender category because this is probably the easiest one. Joseph Woll, he's played the most out of anybody, 26 games. He's got 17 wins. Stolarz in 17 games has 9 wins, but a 215 goals against is pretty darn good in a 927. Joseph Woll, he's pitching a 267 goals against and a 907. Still great numbers for both of those guys. When it comes to our skaters, our forwards, and I guess we'll throw the D in there. Skaters as a whole. Mitch Marner leading everybody with 68 points. He's played 50 games. William Nylander, 50 points. The difference is Mitch Marner is a +7 and William Nylander is a -2. So why is this a big deal? Why does it matter, these numbers? Well, Mitch Marner, as we know, because we talked about salaries, is up for a contract extension. Right now, he's 18 points higher than William Nylander in the same amount of games played. He's a +7 versus a -2. He's got 23 power play points instead of the 20 that Nylander has. Now, Nylander has taken 170 shots on net versus the 117 that Marner has taken. Marner also plays 21 and a half minutes on average a game to Nylander's 19 and a half. So when it comes to it, Mitch Marner's camp is going to say, hey, I have 18 points more. I have a plus number. I have less penalties, more power play points, more shorthanded points. If Nylander is getting 11 or 11 and a half, Marner's going to want the same, if not more. Thank you so much, Jared. I appreciate that very, very much. And hello to everybody over on Hockey HQ. Thank you for watching. Marner and Nylander are way overrated in my opinion. So what if you can score if you have no back check? David, I agree 100%. But they're going to present these stats and saying, this is what you're paying this guy. This is how much more we're producing. So this is the number I want. I'm knowing Marner's agent. That's exactly how the conversation is going to go. John Tavares, who's only played 44 games this year, he's got 42 points, 20 goals for Tavares, 22 assists. He's playing well. He's a +3, like what Tavares is doing. Matthews in 35 games, remember he was out, 35 games, he's got 38 points. 20 goals for Austin Matthews, so he's equal to John Tavares in goals in 35 games. He's got 5 more goals than Mitch Marner, and Marner has played 15 games more than him. But the problem is Austin Matthews is a -1. If you're saying, Sam, why does plus minus matter? You've scored 20 goals. Now he has 11 power play points, but you've scored 20 goals, so you should have a plus number. You're a -1. It means you've been on the ice for a lot of even strength goals. That's a problem. Should make a trade with Seattle. Darcy, who would you like to see from Seattle coming back across? Oh, Dennis, a guarantee for sure he will. Matthew Nyes, who I like a lot, 47 games played. He's got 18 goals, 31 points. I'll take that. You know, he's accelerating for the youngster. The problem is he's a -2. But that, you know, he's on with Matthews a lot of the time. Morgan Riley. This is where things get interesting. When we start talking about defensemen, Morgan Riley has played all 50 games. He's got 22 points, right? 5 goals, 17 assists. Morgan Riley is a -16. -16. That's a hard number to overlook. Even Ryan Reeves is only -2. -16. That's the highest minus on the team, by the way. That's the, or I should say, the lowest minus on the team. The fact that Marner refused to move last season when everyone was talking about how unwanted he was, say a lot about I take 2 Tavares over 2 Marners. David, you're 100% right. I can't debate you on that because I agree with you. You are so spot on. And this is where the debate comes up for Morgan Riley. You know, at a -16 at 7.5 million a year. He's got 5 goals, -16. He's got 7 power play points, right? So when you think about that, he's got 22 points overall. 7 of those are on the power play. He has 1 shorthanded point. Morgan Riley does have 2 game-winning goals. But that, you know, your top defenseman is a -16. It's a problem. And this is kind of why, you know, the others have some minuses as well, Matthews and whatnot. I haven't figured out how Marner is a +7. Probably because he played on the second line for a big part of the year with Tavares and Pacioretty when they got going. And why Nylander is a -2 because he played a lot with Matthews and Nyes at the beginning of the year. But Riley, who usually plays those top line minutes, has the -16. But if we look at the other defensemen, right, just so because I know someone's going to say, well, Sam, a lot of the defensemen should have minus numbers. I know I've harped on this, Sam, but I go to Utah and ask for Keller. Phil, I would take Keller in a heartbeat. I am such a Clayton Keller fan. It's not even funny. If they could find a way of stealing him out of Utah, I would do it in a heartbeat. If we take a look at the other defensemen, just so I'm not harping too much on Morgan Riley, to paint the picture, Oliver Ekman-Larsson has played in 49 games. He's only got 3 goals, 18 assists, so 21 points compared to Riley's 22. Ekman-Larsson is a +14. A +14. He's played the same number of games, well, 1 less game than Morgan Riley. He's got 1 less point, and he's a +14. Now, Ekman-Larsson averages about 21-16. Morgan Riley averages 21-24. That says a lot. Ekman-Larsson, for comparison, is making 3.5 million. Morgan Riley 7.5. So Ekman-Larsson is putting up the same numbers as Morgan Riley for like half the price. You know, that's crazy. Let's not stop there. Chris Tanev played 49 games. Now, Tanev only has 14 points, so quite a few less. But he also plays in less minutes. He doesn't really play power play opportunities, so he has no power play points. He averages 1950 minutes, so he's under kind of that 21 and a half, so a couple less minutes. Chris Tanev is a +18. plus 18. So Ekman Larson plus 14, Tanev is plus 18. So let's keep going. Jake McCabe, because Morgan Riley has spent time playing with all these guys. McCann, Tanev, Larson. Darcy, how funny is it, right? That we had McCann. We chose to save Alex Kerfoot and give up McCann in that expansion draft. How crazy. When we go to Jake McCabe has only played 41 games, right? He was out with concussions. Again, 13 points, so not as many points as Morgan Riley, but he doesn't play the power play. He does play 21 minutes. Jake McCabe plus 13. So from our top four defensemen, Morgan Riley is the only one that's a negative. Again, negative 16 versus plus 14, plus 18, plus 13. Let's go to our bottom pair. I hope you guys are laughing at this the way I am. Simon Benoit. Benny takes a lot of penalties, doesn't get a lot of points, doesn't play power play time, only plays 16 minutes a game, so 16 instead of 21, right? Less opportunity for things to happen. Simon Benoit is a plus 2. Even he is not a negative number. And it seems like he's always on the ice when goals are being scored. You want to pick on Connor Timmins. Connor Timmins has played 42 games this year. Same as Benoit. Averages about 16 and a half minutes. No power play time. Third line minutes. He's a plus 2. So even he's a plus. The only other D on our team that's a negative is Philip Myers. Philip Myers played 20 minutes. He's got 3 points. He averages 16 minutes a game. He's a -6. So what does that tell you? Morgan Riley, he plays in every situation. He's always on the ice. He's got 22 points. 7 of those are on the power play. So it means he's only got 15 regular 5-on-5 points. And I think he's got a shorthanded point too. So if you take the power play points away, he's got the same number of points roughly as Tanev and McCabe. Ekman Larson means he's got more points. He has 3 power play points, so we'll take those 3 away. But Ekman Larson has more points than Riley. It tells you that's a problem. Statistically speaking, if you're a numbers person and you're looking at the numbers, that just proves you right there where the problem is. You have $7.5 million tied up in a defenseman who has the worst plus-minus of your defense core. He plays the most minutes of your defense core. And if you take the power play points away, he's kind of middle of the road in terms of points. It's a problem. I like Morgan Riley. Sometimes he makes some really good plays, but I think it's time for him to move on. He would Revo on the team. No, he was really into. No, and he is not a guy. Revo is not a guy that's going to intimidate anybody anymore. He's just not. People aren't scared of him. He's not doing a good job fighting. Hey, you would like to sleep? What's going on? He's not doing a good job kind of setting that intimidation factor. So they got to figure out how to make that work. So this team has some problems, right? Statistically speaking, on the defensive area, they have some problems. They got to get some depth in. The forwards, same thing. We got to get some depth. Got to get things going. Your bottom 6 needs some help. Like your Bruins. Yeah, Jared, we should do an analysis of them one time. All right, I hope I hope you didn't mind walking down the numbers lane. I know numbers aren't overly exciting, but I think it's important to realize when we look at some of the salary numbers to look at some of the stats that go along with it and identify where there's some trouble. Dermott and Ex-Leaf is playing 4 minutes right now. Dermott, oh gosh, I feel bad for Dermott. I really do. For Minnie, yeah, he is playing for Minnie. He's not playing tonight, though. He's not in tonight. All right, let's go to the game screen. Let's get set to go. Third period is coming up. Will the Leafs turn this one around? Or are things going to continue to fall flat? Go Leafs, go. Let's play some hockey. And YouTube,
William
Help
Nylander
us out,
just
would you?
Seems to not really care. And
Opening
keeps things
draw.
on his own terms. And I think everybody's
Matthews
loved
in to
That
take it
shows
off the
way
draw.
he's
This is going to be
handled himself.
knocked to the side.
Nylander had a post
Marner
in the
trying to poke this
second
one
period,
free.
does not have a
This coming
shot
around,
going
down
tonight,
underneath.
so we start the
Minnesota
third period.
cycling it around.
Try to break through here
This taken
offensively.
away. Toronto, they're looking for a quick one. Back to Ekman Larson. Here's a long shot knocked down in front. Rebound was there. Bobby Mack's on the wrong side of the net to pick it up. Minnesota sends it all the way down. It comes right on Wall. Wall's got to freeze it and hang on to it. Here we go. Get a little something, something. He's got to get the something, something going. So I got your Matthew Barkov Panther jersey. Yeah. Panther jerseys are so nice. All right, so let's see if the Leafs can come out of their slump. Can they get something going here in this period? Or do we continue to be nervous? This round, we are in the Toronto zone right now, trying to bring this one around.
18 an average ice time per night.
Digging in the corner, this flipped up, going to come out, knocked down. Bobby Mack going to kick this to his stick. Here comes McMahon trying to turn the corner. Pass is deflected around behind the net. Toronto can't pinch it in. This is going to come out and all the way down the ice. Leafs going to back it up. McCabe, he's going to grab it. Not in a wild card. So, Jared, it would be crazy if they didn't make the playoffs this year. This flipped up, down in the corner. Nylander going in after it, getting it over to Domi. Domi to Nylander, back to Domi. Domi was looking for it. Turned out his pass got blocked. And the Wild going to move this one out. They're going to bring this one up over the line. Taking a look, cross-ice pass. Here's a shot. That one's going to go just wide. Over around, far side. Can't keep it in. Back to the line, side of the net. Cycling around. Beverly, you did not miss anything. I think the whole team was sleeping. Rossi trying to put it in front, can't do it. Holmberg, he gets tripped up, going to the corner. Minnesota with it, setting it up. They're going to send this through. Toronto needs a big hit. They need something to wake things up, shake things up, get it going. Foligno back to the line. Playing this one down in the corner. This coming around. Nylander hacking at it. This is going to come out. Back with it. Here's a long pass. That's going to be deflected up and out of play. So we got a stoppage here. Holy moly. I mean, come on, Toronto. I'll be honest. I expected more jump from this team here in this third period. Trying to get some passes going. It's just not connected. They're trying too hard right now. They're just trying too hard. They have to figure out a way to get this back up and running. This coming out, going to be dumped in, down around the corner. They're going to work this one across. Long pass all the way up, deflected in. Cycling it back through and brought right back out. Minnesota taking a look. How can the Maple Leafs be number one in the Atlantic and they're playing this bad? It's just, James, I don't know. Now, they were several points ahead. Florida has caught all the way back up. And if the Panthers hang on and win tonight, Florida will take over that top spot. In the feet, Minnesota getting it to the line. This being held in. Toronto chasing back to pick this one up as Robertson. His shot hits the side of the net. Pacioretty putting it across. Toronto's getting trouble, having trouble putting pucks through to the net. Going to flip this one back up and in. Going to chase this one down. This coming around. Minton tripped up. This going in the corner. Toronto forecheck. Going to steal this one. Bobby Mack getting it across. Comes out to Ekman Larson to Matthews. Matthews trying to put a backhand right on. And a nice stop here by Gustafsson. Yeah, that's right. Kaprizov not in the lineup here for the Wild tonight. He is out. So it is pretty wild that the Wild are just running all over Toronto like this. Matthews getting set. Offside play forced to the backhand and an easier save. Off the draw, this coming around, back to the line, cross ice for Ekman Larson. Oh, his pass hits Marner's skate, comes all the way back. Oh my goodness, maybe if Reeves drops his stuff, Reeves will get going. Swedish Rob, I don't know. At this point, I don't think they will. You know, one of the things that Matthews talked about, he talked about how the crowd didn't show any energy after that Reeves fight in the other game. Neither did the Leafs team. So I think, I have a feeling there's a lot of finger pointing going on in this locker room, in this organization. And it's going to hurt them right now. This is a bad stretch. Matthews cycling around. He's going to leave the puck back over to Ekman-Larsson, getting a line change going on. There's a long pass up the middle, going to be chipped down in. Now listen, these are all professional hockey players. We know each and every one of these players can play the game and play the game well. But as a team, they're just not jiving. Nylander, he's getting rubbed off the boards and nobody's there to help him. Puck is going to be cleared up and this is going to come down the ice. Back around, here comes Minnesota. Minnesota cycling it around behind. Turning around, shot coming through. Picked up over to McCabe. McCabe, long pass all the way down the ice. Again, misses its intended target. No icing call. Steven Lorentz coming, challenging, trying to get this one. He kind of tripped up his player, can't grab the loose puck. Nylander on there, and he can't get it either. Minnesota sending this all the way down. Picked up in the corner. Benoit going to play this one ahead. Here comes the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs on the move. Going to flip this over. Myers trying to get there. He can't do it. Putting this one across. This is going to come out. They're going to turn around, back it up. Here's Pacioretty. Patch cutting through. Going to dump this one in. Gustafsson out to stop it around behind the net. Minnesota playing this one across. Little tackle there as Ekman-Larsson went for the hip check, and the Minnesota player just jumped on his back and took him down. That was a bizarro play. All right, Leaf fans, let's get this going. Let's start our virtual wave as Nick Robertson coming in. He fanned on the shot. Let's get our wave going. Let's see if we can help the boys. 3, 2, 1. Hey, get those hands up. Put those wave hands in the air. Flood the chat with some wave emojis. Let's get our virtual wave going. Let's try to help out the boys in blue. As Minnesota going to come back the other way. Goudreau going to flip this one up. This coming in. Down in the corner, trying to pull this one in. They can't get it. Thrown in, tipped down in front. There it is. Orestes is going to get that going. Thank you, my friend. Let's get those hands going.
Riley takes it away from Holmgren and sends that in, and that is an icing call against Toronto.
Here's Robertson, we saw in the first period with a couple of close chances.
Beverly, that's exactly why I said what I said earlier on. Exactly why I said what I said earlier on. And I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Robertson with a good idea, just unable to get.
That's where the frustration comes from.
The Minnesota defenders.
13:33 to go. Toronto well ahead in the faceoffs, 21-13. They just can't get anything going. Off the draw, this coming back around. Going to be chipped forward. Minnesota putting it across. Taking a look. Here's a shot. Getting knocked down in front. They're going to play this to the line, bringing it out. Down around at the side. Across. Minnesota driving in. Here's a shot right on. That one goes, ooh, just wide. I thought that was spot on. Minnesota keeping it in. Toronto struggling to even take the puck away now. They're doing an unbelievable job, the Wild is. Wild coming around side of the net, going to play this background, going to be tipped through. Nice little dipsy-do there. Finally, the Maple Leafs see some space, and they're going to play it out. Banking it off the boards, too far for Bobby McMahon. Going to play this one around. Back out over the line. Minnie going to flip this up. Here comes Ekman-Larsson. Ekman-Larsson on the move. Jared, 1 point. We're 1 point ahead of the Panthers. So if the Panthers win tonight and we lose, Panthers will leapfrog us. Down around, down in the corner. Playing it around. Tanev going in here after it. Flipping this one around, picked up, banking it off the boards all the way out. There it is, another offside call. Oh my goodness, just brutal as they're going to go to commercial break. Cannot figure out why these guys have yet to bring any energy. They're can't figure it out. Can't figure it out. All right, looks like our virtual wave started and died. Thank you for those who are participating in the chat. I do really appreciate you. For everybody watching around in Ninja, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking us out. Appreciate it. They got hit by them. They got hit by something. I don't know what on earth is going on. The monsters are just getting them and getting them good. Why the Leafs? I've never seen. I shouldn't say that. Leafs have played this bad in a long time. Leafs are just terrible. Dallas, what's going on? Oh my God. Like, somebody needs to help us understand why the Leafs cannot figure it out. All you have to do is fundamentals. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been a long night. We are 5 likes away. I can't believe it. We used to hit 100 likes before the opening faceoff. We're here in the third period. We still have not hit 100 likes. If 5 of you could hit that like button for us, we'd appreciate it so much. YouTube needs to know we are still here. We are still kicking. Gotta get it going. Number one, that would be interesting. That would be very interesting. If they do that, if they went and signed Rantanen, it pretty much says you can expect McDavid to leave after the contract they gave to Draisaitl. They're going to have a couple other big contracts to sign coming up. If they go and sign Rantanen, they will not have money for McDavid. I hope so, Ulysses. I hope so. Why we're sticking it out. This coming in, sticking it in. Holmberg putting in front. The Leafs score! Thank goodness. Nylander putting it in. Nylander needed that goal. That's going to put him back up with the leaders. Willie Nylander has had chances. Holmberg throwing it across. Nylander stick down going to the net. And he puts it in out of the blue. Good job, Holmberg. Great finish. William Nylander. You go to the net with the stick on the ice, and good things happen. Let's go. Holy smokes. Why did that feel like it was so long coming? Nylander putting it in, making it 2-1 Maple Leafs. Holy moly. Nylander's 29th, by the way. That's amazing. They're coming again, driving towards the net. From Holmberg and Max Domi. Domi getting an assist there. Wow. Needed that one. There you go. There you go, Alexander. Brian, what's going on? Welcome in. Got the first goal. First goal, check. We just need one more. It's a 1-goal game. Let that energy go to your legs. Let's go, Leafs. Time to get it going. Shot off the draw. That one's going to go out of bounds. We got it going now. We got it. We got it picking up. Good face-off win. A good shot right off the draw. I think that actually hit Gustafsson head. Yeah, off the top of the head. Got him off the top of the head. Bing. And up and out of play. Wearing the lead skates, Dallas. I don't know. They got weights in their skates or something. for sure. But I guess they ate some Oreos on the bench, dipped it in the milk, and they've finally awoken. A nice pass from Holmberg to Nylander. Matthews having a little meeting of the minds here on the ice as they try and talk through this one. 11:24. Tons of time left in this hockey game. Lots of time left. Let's go. We got to get that wave cranking. That's right, Phil. Flood it. Get those wave hands in the chat. Get those wave hands going. If you're a channel member and you got that Leaf logo, drop that Leaf logo. Let's flood it. Let's get her going. Ulysses wants noise. Richard wants noise. Phil wants noise. Dave Winfield wants noise. Let's go. 11:24. We're down by 1. Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. This coming around. Erickson Eck with the win on the face-off, but Bobby McMahon steals, putting it across, backhand right on into the chest. There you go. There you go, Bobby Mack. Some creativity, and you get to shovel that towards the net. 5 shots on now for Toronto in this third period. There it is. Paulette's getting those hands up. Get those hands up. For Sam in the Shire. That's right. Let's go. I get the rally towels out. Where's the flag? Get the flags going. Let's go. 11:06. Minnie with it behind their own net. It seems louder in her. Yeah, it's still quiet. Here comes Minnesota with a long shot. Nice save by Wall. It is dead quiet in this rink still, even after the goal. This coming around. It's like the airplane ride to my vacation was noisier than this rink. Here's Bobby Mack. He's coming through. Even if they lose, Glory Boy Nylander will sit through the press conference bare-chested. That's right. Maybe that's what I got to do. I got to pull a Nylander for my play calls. Here's Willie coming through. Nylander driving around, playing this one up. Domi with a shot right on and a nice save. Wouldn't that be something for Max? Leafs got a tag up. Here comes Minnesota turning 10 minutes. 10:10 to go to be exact. This is going to be tipped back out. Minnie back. They're going to work this one across. Train in back. They're going to put it in. Wall out to stop it behind the net. Picking this one up. Long fluttering pass all the way down. Bounced out. Domi bringing it in. Domi cycling. He's waiting. Nick Robertson was waiting for the drop back pass. Domi didn't deliver. Robertson comes out, picks it up, back in. Over to Domi, over to Benoit, and he has his pocket picked. Nice play there by Trinan. Back to Domi behind the net. Domi banking it off the net, cycling around. Domi playing it to the half boards. Benoit pinches up, throws it down, but Merrill is there, and it's taken away by Fraser Minton. Minton getting tied up behind the net. Nick Robertson is digging. Puck squirts free, and it's taken away by Bogosian, and he sends this one down the ice. And this is going to be an icing call. So the Maple Leafs have some going. It's usually is quiet on your private jets. I wish, Phil. Let me tell you, holy moly, our last flight, so many screaming babies. And I feel for them because I've been there. I know what it's like to have newborns or toddlers on a plane when they're crying and oh my gosh. I know as a parent how bad you feel. Oh, but it's tough. Coming across Toronto in the slot. They can't pull the trigger. Matthews had it and he just couldn't shoot. He got caught watching. This coming down around. Here's Matthews with the puck. He's going to carry this over the blue line. Fans on the pass. Matthews struggling here in this third period. 9 minutes to go. Wild sending it around behind the net. Back to the line. Here's a shot. Wall was going one way and the puck changed direction, went the other. Bobby Mack can't get it. Matthews coming to set a pick. Ekman Larson back, and Ekman Larson going to bank it off the boards and out. Here comes Toronto in over the line. Marner is curling. He's going to send it in. Matthews misses the pass. Coming up is McCabe to pinch. He can't get it. Marner trying to take it away. He can't do it. And the Wild bringing this right back in. Here's a shot high, blocker side. Headphones, ear covers, and lots of booze. David Kemp coming in here in the corner, trying to bring it around. And the Wild going to send it all the way down. Is this going to be far enough for icing? Yes, it is. So it's coming all the way back down to the Minnesota territory. Fred, what's going on? What's up? 2-1 Minnesota with William Nylander, his 29th of the year. Scored a few minutes ago. I'd rather drive than fly. Yeah, I don't mind flying. I don't mind the flight. You kind of get used to it after a while. I do. I put on my headphones, watch a movie, usually a bad movie. Digging this one free to the line. High stick is going to knock it in. Minnesota's got to touch it. They do. So no more high stick. Nylander trying to chase this one down. Here's Minnesota. Faber going to move this one up. That's true. You can't drive to Hawaii. Domi going to carry this one in. Domi up over the line, getting kind of squished against the boards. He loses it. Coming Ekman Larson, throws it across. Back to the far side to Ekman Larson, who shoots right on. And a great save here by Gustafsson as Ekman Larson, who was all alone and had a great opportunity to bury it. He came real close. Danny, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. They're going to commercial break. For those just joining us, welcome to the show. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. But more importantly, hit that subscribe. We'd love for you to join us for future streams and future game calls. So thank you for checking us out. We appreciate it. And again, hit that subscribe, sub up, and we appreciate it. A game that really, I'll be honest, this game sucked in the first and second periods. It was not a good game by any means. The first half of this third period was not good, but Toronto kind of exploding here with this Nylander goal. It has lit a fire. They now have 7 shots so far in this period, only 3 for Minnesota. Still at almost 60% in the faceoff circle. They're doing a nice job. 21 hits. Things are starting to click now for Toronto in this third. Hopefully, they can keep this one going. Like Matthews, but I feel like the dude needs to lighten up. The dude needs to smile more. That's very true, David. Very, very true. And, you know, again, I hate that he was so critical of the fans when he is not bringing any energy himself. Depends where, I mean, have my learners. I don't drive in downtown. You know, number one, I've been driving for 30 some odd years, and I still hate driving downtown Toronto.
I can't wait for this.
Yeah, it's you'll learn, you get used to it, but there's definitely some areas that suck to drive. But I wouldn't mind going on a road trip. I don't mind hopping in the car when we drive up north and whatnot. It's fun, beautiful scenery. Lots to see. Driving is always cool, but flying just gets you there so much faster. But fly like the big planes, and no little prop planes for me. No, I gotta do the real planes. We want over, maybe Hayden, you want overtime, but at this point, I'll take a tie to get there. Let's tie it up. 7:40 to go in this period. Leafs are finally finding a way. We want to drive this one home. Driving is fun as long as you pass Dallas. I'm overdue for a Weber burger. Here comes Minnesota in, shooting. Wall with a save. Gobbles up the rebound and hangs onto it. Nice play there by Wall. I haven't had a Weber's burger in a couple of years. So I think I'm overdue. Definitely need to go back. Weber's is great. Even their hot dogs are pretty good, but their hot dogs are football hot dogs. Driving in the Rockies is great traffic. Ulysses, I would love to do that sometime. I'd love to see the Rockies. I mean, very, very cool. Some of that stuff is great. Be there. This pass coming across Matthews in. Matthews shooting. That one's going high. Still in there, bringing it around. Trying to dig this one free. Comes out. Pass across. Here's Ekman Larson taking a look. I hope you can make it one day. Yeah, Ulysses, it would be great. There's so many places I want to see. So many places I want to visit. McMahon putting it in again, right on, knocked down. This coming all the way. I'd love to do a stadium crawl too. Just do a tour and visit a bunch of cities for a bunch of hockey games. I think that would be so much fun. Here's a pass up for Nicky Robertson. Robertson carrying this one in to Minton with a shot right on, and there's a nice save. That'll be, I think, what, 9 or 10 shots for the Leafs in this period. They're finally finding ways of throwing pucks on net, and that's what we got to do. You guys have cars. We're still traveling by horse and cart. Do better than New Zealand. Dinosaur rides.
Gustafson had a
Phil,
little
what is it
where he
like
given
down
up
in
4
Australia?
goals
Does traffic
against
get pretty
5
bad?
straight games, 0-4 in that, had a good game against Chicago.
Do you have the
and he
same
followed it
kind
up
of
with a
big city
pretty strong
complaints
one
that a lot
here against the
of
Leafs.
us have?
Beat the Leafs with
Back to the
27
line is
shots.
Riley. Going to play it
In
up to Nick
November,
Robertson. He hasn't
27
knocked off the
28.
stick. Pacioretty going to pick it up. Patch is in the corner. He's going to look around, try to get it to Robertson. Can't. Tries to get it to Riley. Riley kept it in, but Minnesota steals. Their pass is going to bring it out of the zone. Far side of the ice, taken away in the middle. Pass up. They're going to be tipped in, and that's going to be an icing call. But again, Pacioretty is saying he touched it, and the booze coming out. Calgary Flames new arena will be very cool looking. Yeah, I think, Brian, I think a lot of the new rinks that are going to start to be built are going to be awesome. But I think, again, as there's so many, they're not going to do it, but as new stadiums are going to start to come in, they should start making them the ice surface bigger, in my opinion. Hey, what's up, Ben? Good to see you. No worries about being late. But thanks for joining us. Happy to have you along for the ride.
So it didn't finish the story, but how far back does he go in
6:21 to go. Off the draw, Minton winning this one. No, he loses it. Here's a quick shot. Minnesota shoveling it towards the net. Toronto going to get this one out. We got 6:13 to go. Pacioretty chasing it. Minnesota going to move it quickly into the Leafs side of the ice. Foligno dumping this one in the corner. Myers coming up, trying to knock Rossi down. Holmberg coming over to help out. Minnesota walks out of the half boards. Here's a shot from the side of the slot. And they're going to get that loose puck. Back to the line. Faber can't hold it in. It's going to hop out. Minnesota going to shovel it right back in. Myers putting his hand up saying this is at a play. And we're getting a whistle. So 5:46 to go now as time is ticking. Nylander's put one in. We still got lots of time left on this clock. Can the Leafs do it? Let's see. What is your opinion? A simple yes or no in the chat. Do you think the Leafs can tie this one up? Is there one more goal in them? Let's see it. A yes or a no, or a Y or an N. If you're a channel member, even if you drop the logo, a maple leaf for yes, a wild logo for no. Beverly says yes. Len says yes. Zoran, what's going on, buddy? Says maybe. Maybe. I think they can, or I think they cannot. Maybe. Rich says yes. Brian says yes. Alas, no. Or Ulysses. Wow, wasn't expecting that. Says not tonight. Richard says yes. Number 1 says yes. A lot of yeses coming in the board. There we go. Trav, what's going on? It's going well. Thoughts on ranting into the Canes? Well, I think the feel isn't there, but you never know. That is true. You know, I said it before. I think the Canes, they're going all in. They're making a play. I don't think they're going to sign him in the long run, but I actually think Colorado wins that deal. I think they got some key players and some draft picks to help them kind of reorganize and reset. Like I say, it's good for Carolina for this year. They're going all in. They feel those pieces are going to help them, but I think Colorado wins the deal in the long run. That's what I think. My wife says yes. My wife still ignores me, so I don't know if she thinks they will or not. Just kidding. At least maybe score if Berube jumps on the bench. The most famous New Zealander I've met, Lucy Lawless. That's awesome. All right, here we go. 5:46 to go. Let's see how this one is going to turn out. Rantanen still traumatized. That's an interesting call. Toronto with the puck and play it around the boards, trying to chip this one out of their own zone. Hits Holmberg's leg. It is going to come out. Riley going to lead the rush again. He's going to dish this one off to Domi. Domi takes a hit to Holmberg, over to Riley. Riley playing it to McCabe. McCabe looking to pass it to the point, but realize Riley's still in front of the net. And the goaltender gets knocked in front of the net. Domi coming in, throwing a hit. Nylander in the corner. He's going to take a bump. Comes to Holmberg. Holmberg fighting off an attacker. Holmberg with a nice curl. He cut towards the net, but had it knocked away. This come Riley, step up. Puck was sitting there. McCabe had the defender tied up, and Riley just backed away, let the puck roll out of the zone. Bad defensive choice there. Minnesota going to take it away from McCabe. Here's a 2-on-1. Riley goes down in the corner, and the puck hops over Eriksson Ek's stick. Boy, did the Leafs get lucky there. And here's a pass stolen. Toronto, it's Marner. He's coming in all by himself. Going to dipsy-do. He's waiting for help. Now he's going to feed this across. Here's a blast. 89 miles an hour by McMahon. Ekman-Larsson playing this across. Tanev throwing it towards net. It goes to the corner. Puck is coming up. Bobby McMahon cut it down. Bobby McMahon runs into Mitch Marner, and Minnesota going to carry this one out and over the line. They're going to play this one down the ice. Tanev back to pick it up. Chris Tanev, 4:16 to go. Going to play this into the Minnesota zone. Gustafsson out to play this around the boards. Cut off by Toronto. Where are you passing it to, Tanev? Terrible pass. And this is going to come all the way back. McCabe back to Tanev. Holy cow, Toronto. You are the team in the blue shirts. Look before you pass the puck. Under 4 minutes to go, and this is going to be tipped up and out of play. Holy moly. Bad passing by Toronto is definitely going to slow this pace down. Welcome in if you're just coming in. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and set your notifications so you know when we're live. We'd love for you to come and join us for future Maple Leaf and NHL broadcasts. We got you covered. And if you're brand new to the channel, if you haven't joined our chat before, come in and say hello. We'd love to talk to you. We like to talk hockey. We don't ignore you. Or sometimes we do. Just kidding. This coming back around. Minton going to play it ahead. Off of Tanev's stick. He's going to skid up. Going to get it. Putting it in. Minton's going around trying to cut it off. He can't do it. Yeah, Marshall passing is not good tonight. This coming in front. Fraser Minton is there. But Gustafsson going to scoop it up and hang on to it. All of a sudden, we got 3.5 minutes to go. 3 minutes gone in the blink of an eye. And the Leafs just not able to connect on those passes. Not able to really get something going. But a nice job by Fraser Minton trying to battle in front of the net. And that's right, number one. We talk about everything. One of the areas they miss Matthew Nyes and John Tavares. Both those players do a great job in front of the net, wreaking havoc for the goaltenders. Off the draw, Leafs going to win it back. Here's a slide in front for a deflection, and that gets blocked. Minnesota going to play it ahead, trying to turn around Tanev as Boldy. Boldy can't. He's going to dump this one in. Wall got a piece of it. Comes to Ekman-Larsson. Ek is going to set it up. OEL going to move this ahead to Nylander. Nylander, a little bounce off the boards. He's going to carry this one in. Willie is driving. One hand on the stick, cutting around behind the net. He's got no one to pass to. Nobody's open. They're just standing still. Feathers it in front of the net. Holmberg can't get a stick on it. Guys, you got to move. You got to get open by moving your feet. And Minnesota going to bring it into the Leafs zone, but they're offside. Leafs are going to come back. Leafs are fighting. 2:50 to go. They've got 10 shots on net in this period now. Only 4 for Minnesota. So they are digging. And of course, not a lot of penalties called in this game. Not a lot of penalties at all. Each team has had one. Minnesota, they're 1 for 1 on the power play. Toronto was 0 for 1, and their power play was atrocious. Yeah, Phil, we talk about food way too much. Here's Domi coming in. Domi and Robertson fighting over it. Domi took it away from Robertson, then tried to pass it over to him. Raptors up by 26. Richard, that's crazy. The Raptors have been on a little bit of a win streak lately, which is surprising. This being dumped down in the corner. Wall going to play this one around.
So likely the big guys will come out next with
Here comes Holmberg. Holmberg going to drop it off to Matthews. With 2:15 to go. Top line is on here for Toronto. I assume Wall is going to come out as Matthews brings this into the zone. Matthews with control. Wall will be a good time. Here's Riley trying to slide it into the slot. That one is blocked. Riley regroups, setting it over in the front again. It's going to be stolen. And a big block by Pacioretty. Empty net for Toronto. 6-on-5 situation. McMahon sending it around the boards. Minnesota being aggressive on the puck carrier. Toronto, little saucer pass to the line for Marner. Marner across with a shot, and that's blocked. Matthews has it taken away, and Minnesota getting it out to center ice. Marner with it. 1:35 to go. Here's Marner. A bad backhand pass. He gives it away. And Minnesota shoots. They miss the open net. Mitch Marner, if you ever do a backhand pass like that again, you should be benched. Horrendous play by Marner to give it away. Now he drops it back. Matthews coming in. Matthews gives it away. Come on, guys. Matthews gave the puck away. Another shot at the empty net, and this one is hauled down. Matthews going to bring it forward again. Going to dump this one in. They can't even get it set up in the zone with a man advantage. Down in the corner, Bobby McMahon going to come up with it. 3 Leafs in a corner doing nothing. To the line for Marner. Back down low, trying to shovel it in front. Can't get it to Pacioretty. Matthews with it. Matthews to the line. Here's Riley. Riley cycling it over to Nylander. Back across. Marner to Nylander. That pass is blocked. Too many long passes. 45 seconds to go. Leafs haven't had a shot on net. Back to the line to Riley. Over to Marner. Marner to Matthews. Shooting from the goal line. You're not going to score from there. Matthews bring it out in front. He passes it to no one. This is going to roll in their own net. No, it's not. It's going wide. Marner hustling back. Terrible passing. You got 30 seconds, 20 seconds to go. Marner carrying this one up, trying to get in. They're stopped at the line. Minnesota flipping it down. It's a race for it. Minnesota scores into the empty net. With 15 seconds left to go, that's going to do it. The Toronto Maple Leafs beat themselves in the last 5 minutes of this hockey game. With all the shots, they had tons of shots. They pulled the goaltender, and they cannot even get set up in the Minnesota zone. Horrendous passing. Marner gave it away. Matthews gave it away. Terrible. Mr. Benjamin, yes, he should be on Team USA. Absolute, like rabbits in headlights. Absolutely terrible. Good night, Rich. Terrible play here by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Atrocious. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to say thank you so much to our gifters, to Richard. Thank you so much, and Onyx. And thank you, Coach, celebrating 31 months as a channel membership. Appreciate y'all. That's the game. The horn is going to go. This one is done. The Maple Leafs lose 3-1. Your goal scorers: Kushtinov from Lauco and Shore. Spurgeon, he scores from Zuccarello and Eriksson. William Nylander is 29th from Holmberg and Domi. And it's Marcus Foligno into the empty net from Gaudreau. Terrible performance by the Leafs. Well, they got some time to regroup and think about it. Hopefully, next game will be better. Saturday night against the Edmonton Oilers. We're going to be doing things a little differently because we're going to be watching Royal Rumble. But we will try and have some coverage for you. So I hope we'll see you Saturday night. Again, make sure you're subscribed. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your colleagues about us. Help us get back on the growth train. And we'll see you on Saturday. PM, thank you so much for hitting that subscribe. Much appreciated. Welcome to the channel. From all of us here at the Samuel B12 Experience and for Hockey HQ, we say goodnight. We'll see you again real soon. Take care, everybody. Let's go.